What?
No, pray.
Okay. All right. Heavenly Father, we thank you for Shawn and Mary, Father. We ask that you sit with us. Father, open our hearts. Give us strength to tell the truth. Give us strength to save a soul. Father, we ask that everything we speak about saves out one soul that we work so hard to get to. Father, we praise all these in your name. Amen. Let's go to work. What are you reading?
The Two Powers.
Hi, Rob.
How you doing, buddy?
Welcome back, prick. I mean, Rob. God damn it.
Hey, but you notice there's no toilet mentioned. I love it.
You like that better?
I love this much better than...
You sit on the toilet,
Fucker,
don't you? Use that. I still got it. Don't fuck with me. I still got it.
Not my wife. No.
You're done with it?
We're done. I'm done with that.
I'm not going to take them off of here, though.
That's fine, but just as long as...
Because every once in a while...
You sit on the toilet.
Just every once in a while, I want to sit on that toilet. Hey, so we got our guest coming in today. He listened to, holy shit, I just turned myself up way too loud. He listened to our McKenna's and Miranda's story, and he messaged me on Instagram through that way. And when he did, I was like, oh, look who this guy, and I saw that he's from the local area. And I'm like, huh. So I go in to see all his friends. And so I get down there a little ways and I'm like, huh, that's my son-in-law. So I sent that picture, the screenshot of it to Pat. And I go, hey, do you know this guy? And he goes, yeah, he rides the Pismo with us all the time. And I'm like, well, he just reached out to me. Did you know he's sober? He's like, no. So you must handle that pretty good. Welcome in. Come on in, guest.
Thank you. I am Shawn. I am a professional recovering alcoholic.
Professional recovering alcoholic. I like that.
No, I just threw that out there because I know you guys say that you aren't professional. So
we ain't no fucking professionals. I can promise you that. All right, shit about us that's professional.
There are no letters after our names.
So tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I decided to come, reach out to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's nervous a little bit.
I know. And get that mic in front of you, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there you go. That's good.
Okay. I decided to reach out to you. I recently reconnected with my oldest daughter, and
what do you mean by reconnected?
Started talking again.
Okay.
Actually, which brought up all kinds of emotions.
Oh yeah,
right? And
I'm sure.
And listening to your daughters on your podcast, I don't know. Like I said, something inside of me felt like I needed to tell my story.
Okay.
Even though I've downplayed my story all these years because I didn't have a bunch of debt, or I didn't,
right.
You had a story like mine, just kind of
yeah. I drank a lot and did a lot of drugs,
right?
Basically. Yeah.
Hey, powdered accelerants.
Those are going to be coming up a lot.
Sponsored by Powdered Accelerants. Love those things.
So, yeah, and it took you 2 weeks to reach out to me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm horrible about looking at messages.
I was like, all right, well, maybe he doesn't want to.
No. I've done the same thing multiple times with other people. I'm horrible. In fact, if any of our listeners wants to run my social media, reach out to me because I'd be more than happy to let somebody run that thing. Yeah, I'm horrible and I missed it, so I apologize.
No worries at all. Thank you for reaching out.
Oh, absolutely.
So I guess I'll start from the beginning.
Absolutely.
So I was born in 1977 to a single mother. My father passed away about 3 months before I was born. He was in a motorcycle accident in LaGrange. And then we lived with my grandparents for a couple years out in Hilmar. And then my mom remarried my stepfather when I was 2 or 3, somewhere on there. And we moved to Denair.
You're out in Portuguesville, buddy.
In Hilmar? Yeah. Not knowing that I would end up back there. But yeah, we moved to Denair. And if you know Denair's got some rough boys out there too, right?
Pretty rough.
Johnny's from that area.
Oh yeah?
John H.
So my stepdad was in Vietnam. He sprayed Agent Orange.
He got sprayed or he did?
No, he sprayed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he get cancer?
He got MS, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he ended up passing in 1985. which really,
You were young.
yeah.
You're still
8 years old. Yeah. And he had been the only father I knew, in a wheelchair for half the time I knew him. Right. But so he was on 100% military disability, VA disability. My mom cleaned houses part-time. And I remember my mom would make a weekly trip down to, I think it was called Barrel Inn at the time in Denair, to pick up 4 cases of Schlitz malt liquor.
Schlitz malt liquor.
That's when they
bowl,
sold
baby.
12-ounce cans, right?
Yeah.
12-ounce cans.
Yeah.
Bowl.
So cases back then came in 4 6-packs on a cardboard flat.
Right.
Yeah.
But I distinctly remember those being brought into our home on a weekly basis.
Wow.
And since he was 100% disabled, and in a wheelchair, like that was their thing, right? They like to drink all the time, which kind of normalized it for me. I think, that's all I saw as a kid. So I figured that's what you do. My first experience with alcohol was when I was 5 on the 4th of July. We're out in the backyard and I had hit my head on the eave of the doghouse, right? And it started bleeding. And, instead of putting a Band-Aid on it or give me some, Tylenol or whatever,
Know where this is going.
Schlitz malt liquor was the answer, right? Here, take a sip of this.
That's what you do.
This will ease the pain.
Rub some dirt on it, son.
Yeah.
We grew up in the 80s, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
That's how we fixed it.
So for Shawn, that was 82.
Right.
Slits and rub some dirt on it, kid.
And like I was telling my wife, like that was as common as drinking out of the water hose or letting the kids run the street, ride their bikes everywhere. Like
when you could drink out of the water hose.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I wouldn't do it now. So yeah, it was very normalized for me. And when my stepdad passed away, my mom took it pretty hard, and she continued to drink and have I wouldn't call them boyfriends, but have people over every now and again. And she did end up getting a boyfriend shortly after that, and he was an alcoholic, right? He would come home on Sundays after golfing, and you could just tell, like, he was one of those people that just turned bright red, when he drank, and slurring his words, which, it led to arguments in the house, obviously, right? It always does. And I distinctly remember one time he had put his fist through the kitchen window because my mom had locked him out of the house. And I remember hiding in my bedroom and, coming out, and to him, he cut his arm wide open, and, my mom called the cops and he was taken to jail, and then they got back together, right? Like, it was a vicious cycle back and forth.
And you had to watch that.
I did.
Young.
I did. And not knowing any different, like I said.
Right.
This was common occurrence. This was how life was lived. And hearing stories, like my uncle flipping his brand new GTO 69 Judge on his roof, being drunk, my uncle getting kicked out of the house and sleeping in the barn, my grandma going to look for my grandpa on payday when he worked at Roy M. Days.
Yeah.
Where?
Roy M. Days. It was a mill.
Oh, yeah.
But you hear those stories back then, and people laughed about it, not saying like, "Oh, well, maybe that person had a problem," right?
Right.
You don't think about it like that. But
my wife's grandmother, when if her grandfather made it home with the check, sometimes she would time him in bed over the weekend. so the check so they would have money for food and stuff.
Right.
So yeah,
Wow.
we laugh now, but
Wow.
Serious problems, right? And those are that generational trauma,
right?
That we obviously try to break, but there wasn't a second thought back in the day. At least there wasn't in my family. So I continued on. My mom dated this guy, and my grandparents were getting up there in age, so she decided to move back to Hillmar to take care of them. And that was my 7th grade year, I believe. 8th grade, I started in Hillmar. A bunch of new people, leaving all my friends behind for all those years. Was kind of hard, but I made some good friends pretty quickly. Mom was still with this guy. They finally broke up, and she was single for a little bit, and then got another boyfriend shortly after. This guy she had went to high school with in Hillmar, and another alcoholic, right? Amongst other things.
Was your mom an alcoholic? I mean,
She was a drinker. He said
well,
he kind of led himself to
but
it.
I just wanted to hear that because
She has a type for sure.
right. Was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely. Yeah, and that's a story we'll get into in a little bit, I think. So yeah, moved. Was very close with my grandparents. You know, I lived there the first couple of years of my life, and then moving back there, and I would always spend weekends.
But where did you move from back to him? Where were you at before you moved
Denair.
back to? You were in Denair.
Denair,
That's right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was in Denair till 7th grade, and then moved back for 8th grade in Hillmar. Yeah, she got this new boyfriend, and it was pretty. Drinking was normalized as always. And then did 8th grade, and then the summer of my freshman year. And I had played basketball and Pop Warner, you know.
Surprise, surprise. How tall are you?
6'4".
A little bit, it's taller.
He's an inch taller than me, but he's wider than me. He's got some big old shoulders on him.
Wider down here.
No, I wasn't even looking at that.
So yeah, I did play basketball in Denair and Pop Warner football in Turlock. So the summer of my freshman year, come to find out, I had basically a birth defect in my left hip that I needed a pin put in it to hold it straight because it was kind of cockeyed. So the recovery from that was basically 9 months, no body weight.
No kidding.
Wow.
For 9 months. So
because you were still growing.
Yeah. So the first day of my freshman year of high school, I was on crutches.
Outstanding.
For the whole year. Right. And that kind of, no chance of playing any sports,
right.
Obviously. So, kind
of an outcast too.
Yeah. I did have, my friends that I had made from the previous year, my 8th grade year, but, and they all played sports and stuff. So I needed another outlet. Right. And that was kind of, self-soothing.
What'd you find?
Fucking Rob, you get so excited.
What'd you find? Well, what'd you find?
There was always beer in my fridge, right? In my mom's fridge. And
Schlitz?
And not at that. I think we switched to Keystone.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Keystone Light.
Right.
30 stones, 30 pack of stones.
Yeah.
And I found that because they would come home in the evenings and drink, right? Around the weekends and drink. So I found that if I just took all the cans out and left the two empty spaces for the beers that I drank in the back and just moved everything forward, that by the time each one of them went to go get beers, it wasn't a second thought, right? They wouldn't even know they were missing.
Right.
So that did work for a little while. I did dabble in weed a little bit, but it wasn't. Not for me, man. Like
I don't blame you.
Paranoid.
It's going the wrong direction. Going the wrong direction.
Yeah. I don't need that. I don't want to come down. And didn't even think about, depression or anything like that at that time, being.
They weren't even talked about depression in the 80s. No. Well, this is probably getting close to 90 now.
Yeah. 1990, 91, freshman year of high school.
They weren't They still weren't talking about mental health back then.
No. And being,
you're a pussy.
Your freshman year was my senior year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
Oakdale.
Okay. Yeah, so I continued on that path pretty much after I got off the crutches, lost interest in sports, still had good friends that played sports, and I would play with them on the playground, but not really no organized sports going on for me. And football was out of the question because I could not, because of my...
How did your hip heal? How did it... You like your sophomore year? I mean, you good?
It was good.
Full mobility, full strength?
No. Doctor said any large impacts could definitely re-injure it. So the pin's still in there.
I got a titanium hip.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I heard the surgery.
You got it out of a Cracker Jack box.
Yeah. Works like a champ.
Better mine.
And my mom, I think for the fact that she knew I didn't have a father and didn't have any good father figures that she had brought around, she kind of felt guilty. And so I was a spoiled brat, man. Like anything I wanted, my mom.
So she parented out of guilt.
Yes, definitely. And I can't, I can't blame her. Like she did the best she could with what she had at the time, and like I said, back then, a lot of these things weren't talked about, and people laughed at these stories and didn't really take them seriously. So she was a cool mom, right? She would ended up buying us beer. "Oh, yeah, have your friends over.
As long as you drink here.
As long as you drink here,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't
it's okay,
leave.
right? Yeah,
Knock it out.
and that was it.
I thought that was only happened at our house, or not our house, but like in.
Yeah.
That was very common back
Oh, yeah.
in the.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
yeah.
graduated in
As long
'88,
as you
so
guys
it was just
or
normal.
if you go drink,
That was normal.
call.
Yeah.
Right.
You call, we'll come pick you up anywhere. Just don't drink and drive.
Yeah. Put your keys over there.
Yeah, and they condone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So all the house parties started getting busted because the parents were doing it. Then now you don't hear about it happening anymore.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. But it was common, right? Like
Right.
it was the culture at the time. I guess it made them feel like better parents because they were responsible for underage drinking.
cool parents. The cool parents.
Well, they thought this is their thinking. From what I can tell, they're gonna do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So at least if it's somewhat controlled in our home, we see, we can, minimize the damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the thinking. That's what my parents.
Which
said.
I get, you know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
I get the thought behind it, but yeah, definitely.
My mom used to buy me condoms. I know he's going to do it anyway. So at least
And he still has them.
at least protect yourself.
Sorry, Bonnie. You only took them off twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was basically my high school career was filled with partying and drinking, right? I once I got my license, when I turned 16.
So what did mom buy you? What are you driving?
Oh, so when my stepdad passed away, we got a large lump sum. Both the kids, I have a stepbrother, both the kids and my mom got a large lump sum. And my mom was like, I'll buy you a truck right now. We'll have it so I can haul things around. And then when you turn 16 and get your license, you can have the truck. So mini trucks were all the rage back then. So I had a little Mitsubishi Mighty Max, right?
Oh, yeah.
And a big old boy like you was so.
Yeah,
that truck.
it was. Yeah. I really needed
But they were
But
the rage,
that
man.
the Mighty Mac, that's the one that had the extra cab.
Mine did not have the extra
Okay.
cab.
I had
Yeah.
one stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too, but I had it stolen. Can I
Hey.
say that out loud? Oh.
Hey, statute of limitation is over.
You're good to
I
go.
would
Yeah.
think so.
We
Yeah.
got the same thing. Chad Love did.
I've done it.
So yeah, had that truck, till I turned 16, and then I got my license and I was able to drive it. Right. Well, that was
Freedom.
Yeah, it was freedom and a bad idea. Because I missed probably 2 months of the first 3 months of school because I was ditching. I was going, anywhere, cruising, going to other friends' house that ditched school to drink, what have you. And I was very good at forging my mom's signature. That's how I got away with it for so long. Right.
Yeah.
Eventually got caught up, right?
Right.
Always get caught up. And so the solution was to go on independent studies
As a freshman?
as a sophomore.
Okay.
So went on independent studies, which took very little time
Right.
of my week. So I got a job at Hillmar Lumber,
Okay.
and making that $4.25 an hour minimum wage was
Oh, yeah.
killer, right? I was balling,
Yeah.
but I was actually, and I was,
No, heck
Well,
yeah.
because you had a job.
yeah.
Right.
And I was, hanging out with the older guys that had lowriders too, you know what I mean? And they had a house and we'd go over there and party, and getting beer was not a problem.
Right.
Like ever. Was never a problem. And I didn't do drugs. I didn't do drugs, well, aside for dabbling with some weed,
Right.
but I didn't do drugs until I was out of high school. So it was all drinking, which was bad enough at the time, right? So after that, I did my independent studies, was able to come back for my junior and senior year. Did have to do some night school classes to be able to graduate, right? But all during that time, still party house, everything the same. Decided to skip sober grad night because it was sober grad night, right?
all
Yeah, I
right.
didn't go to Disneyland, rather just sit home and
Right.
have some beers with my buddies. After high school, I was pretty much a shitbag. I couldn't hold down a steady job, nor did I want to. I a couple liquor stores around town.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right.
Perfect.
God, that's so smart.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
I had a buddy that worked at Save Mart, and it was better than a liquor store. So,
and it worked out good because my buddy that I was friends with from the 8th grade had a good connect for the powdered accelerants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 And so he smoked Marlboro Red. So
White marching powder. Whatever you want to say, man, we got it going on. We're good.
So for my portion, of paying for the, powdered accelerants was, a carton of cigarettes that I, 5-finger discounted from the liquor store at night, and I helped do the inventory, so it was no big deal, right?
Off the books. God,
Right?
I love it.
It was perfect.
You're smarter than most of us.
I don't know. And that, I love that, right? Like that made me feel powerful. It made me feel like, even though I wasn't the man that I should have been, it made me feel like I could be, or that I was, right? Mm-hmm. Definitely gave me that self-confidence going out, and stuff like that. So yeah, I continued on with that. 19, 20, 21, my mom had opened up a small business in town that I worked at also. And that's where I happened to meet my oldest daughter's mom at that business. And she was a senior in high school, I believe. And I was 21.
what kind of store did your mom open?
I was a tanning salon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's about the rage, right?
It was at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And perfect for me to meet somebody, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
As they're coming out of the tanning booth. Do you need help with that towel?
Right?
Great minds, baby.
Just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
And yes, it's still there till this day. She sold it off.
Is it really?
Yeah.
McKenna had a haircutting spot right there on the corner, right across from the Road Dogs, just down on the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, McKenna, when she first started cutting hair, was in there. Yeah.
That was in Denair, right?
Yeah. Just across the railroad tracks where is it Road Dogs? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Harley shop.
Yeah.
Just down from there on the right, just on the other side, but all the way on the corner where the weed shop is now.
Oh, is it?
Right across. Yeah, there's a weed shop there now. Legally.
I haven't.
When are we going to get powdered accelerant shops?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch. We missed an opportunity.
When are they going to legalize that, right?
Right.
Okay, so you meet your oldest daughter's mother.
I met my oldest daughter's mother. I was obviously an alcoholic at the time, and she came from, family members of hers were also alcoholics, amongst other things, right? And I remember getting caught up, right? She absolutely hated that I drank so much, and absolutely hated, the other things that I did. So yeah, I got caught at my job at the liquor store. Kind of got set up by her mom.
Come on.
Yeah. Her mom, probably cut this out. Yeah, I can't go that way.
Okay.
Say it.
Huh? Her mom's dealer would sell me, they called it crank back then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crank. Oh, yeah.
So he came down to the liquor store to sell it to me, and it was her mom that had put him up to it. So I kind of got set up there.
Kinda.
Yeah. And other times, stupid shit, like I would have, cut straws in my wallet. Mm-hmm. Right? It was normal for me, but opening it up while I'm with her, seeing that stuff. So we were back and forth for a few years. And then I couldn't hold down a job. I remember I had a construction job, and I would drive down the road from my mom's house and wait till she left and then just drive right back home, right? Like I would try to forge my time cards for this company, right? And
you were doing everything.
Yeah. I was doing anything and everything to not do anything.
Wow. You're working harder. You're working harder not to work.
Working hard not to work.
It's a lot of work to stay drunk and live.
Yeah.
I just wanted to party all the time, right? Like just living for the weekend and hope to have enough money to.
So you never married, or did you?
No. So this was I was probably 22 at the time. Never married. My mom ended up giving me an ultimatum, basically saying, "You get a job, hold down a job, or you join the military."
Navy.
Yeah? Army. So I thought about it for a while. I was overweight at the time. So I had to, run the canal in a plastic trash bag to try to drop some weight. But
The meth didn't help. Jeez, where were you getting this from?
I had to slow down.
You should have came. I got you.
And it wasn't meth at the time.
Crank.
Crank.
Coke. Yeah, well, I switched to, from crank to Coke,
Because you started making more money.
Yeah, because I thought I was a baller. Because I was forging those time cards, right?
So what year did you go in the service?
I was 23. It was 2001.
Okay.
So yeah, went to MEPS, did all my stuff, and I got to think about it. Well, you're gonna pay me to get in shape, right? You're gonna pay me not to drink, at least for a little bit, and you're gonna give me, my meals. Sure, let's do it.
Right.
I'm down for some structure and some discipline. Sure, why not? So I did basic in South Carolina, 6 weeks, and just cold turkey off of everything, right? And days were so long and filled up with a bunch of stuff to do. You had no time to think about it.
No.
You were tired when you got back.
Yeah, which was great.
They kept you tired.
Right.
Yeah.
From day one.
And just going in there at 23, right? There's a lot of 18-year-olds that go straight in there. So I was one of the older ones that was in there. So I don't know why a lot of them looked up to me for advice, but they did.
You were seasoned.
I was not the one
at 23
to give it to them, right? So 6 weeks of basic training, got out, and then my mom had flew out for graduation. And the first stop we make, because we got a weekend pass, right? The first stop we make is to the liquor store. Right? Go get me some beer, give me some smokes. I'm good. Which we're directly told, don't do this, don't do that, while you're on your weekend pass. Whatever. How are they going to know? They ain't going to know. So,
and I'm with mom.
Yeah, I'm with my mommy, right?
She's going to take care of me.
Yeah, which she always did. So after that, I went to AIT in South Carolina as well.
What's AIT?
Advanced Individual Training.
Okay.
So that's where you go to learn your job, basically, whatever you are.
Navy's called A school, if you have an A school. Go ahead.
And I was a light wheel vehicle mechanic, so basically a Humvee mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we get weekend passes there, and a lot of kids, a lot of the soldiers would go off post and sneak cigarettes and alcohol, which I never really did. During that time, I was pretty disciplined and focused on learning my job and trying to go the straight and narrow as much as I could. And then, so I was broke up with my oldest daughter's mom at that time. And
your daughter wasn't born yet.
No.
Okay.
No. And this was 2001. And then while I was in AIT, I found out that her stepdad had passed away on a motorcycle accident.
It's like your dad.
Yeah. Pretty wild. So I got to my permanent duty station.
Which was?
Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
Not really.
Well,
Yeah. No, everybody was getting handed out their permanent duty stations, right? People were getting Japan, Hawaii.
Japan's nice. I've been there. Hawaii's nice. I've been there.
I've been there.
Shut up. We don't give a fuck.
The Navy sent me everywhere. I loved it.
With your boyfriend.
That's
Go
one
ahead.
good thing about the Navy, though, right? You're pulling the port everywhere.
Yeah.
And they called my name and said Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I was like, shit.
I might as well go back to Denair. Fuck.
Right? Pretty much. But yeah, I got there, tried to make the best of it. Around 3 or 4 weeks of me being there, 9/11 happened. And before that, You could drive on and off post. There was nobody at the security stations, right? And it was complete lockdown after that. Like they had the dogs, they had the mirrors checking underneath vehicles. It would take you forever to get off post and come back on. Which was pretty much like COVID was recently, right? Isolated to the barracks, you know what I mean? So that's what we did. Those barracks days were wild.
And how long did this? I mean, how long were you in after that? Because I mean, how long? This is curious. Because I was out of the military by the time 9/11 happened. Mm-hmm. How long did they have you on lockdown? How long did that go on?
Oh, it was a good 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, good 6 months of
wow.
Yeah. And not that we couldn't go off post. It just took so long to get back on. It wasn't worth it, right? Like we would go off post Sunday mornings to pick up our uniforms that we'd drop off at the cleaners, right? And we would wait till later in the day because during the day it was hectic, like to try to get back on post. And so we pretty much stayed in the barracks, you know, bought beer at the PX, and, you know what I mean, and did our thing. And we had one of the soldiers was from Oklahoma City, and his primary job was a drug dealer there, right?
Perfect.
So he would go on
perfect.
The
so you did get drug tested?
Huh?
Did you guys get drug tested?
That's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it, Rob! Shut up.
No, hey,
Let the man tell his story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck.
So on the weekends, he would go home to Oklahoma City and bring back softballs of Coke, right?
Nice.
And my best friend lived off post, so he would keep it at his house, so he didn't have to bring it on post.
All figured out.
Yeah. And so I would go over to my buddy's house. He lived off post because he got married to one of our friends.
Anoki.
She was a captain's daughter, I think. Yeah. So
nice.
So yeah, I would go over there and on a coffee table just like this one, just to, you know,
chop it up, baby.
Yeah, chop it up. There's a razor blade right there, and just go to town. So we had some wild nights, to say the least. And then I was put on gym detail, which was great, right? Like they take you I got taken out of the motor pool, and you're going to go, you know, wipe down, you know, workout equipment for 6 months. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Which was great. I got to work out, right? Play basketball, stuff like that. But that being said, you get a little bit more lax.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, oh, well, they can't do nothing to me. And for some reason, like, I didn't have to go to this drug test. That there was no mandate saying if you're on gym detail, you have to go to this drug test. I just remember my roommate waking me up that morning saying, hey, we have to go piss. And I just went, you know, not thinking that 2 days prior, you know, I got fucked up, right? So went and took the piss test, and like a week goes by, I'm like, oh fuck, you know, I should be fine.
Not with cocaine, brother.
I'm in the clear, right? So I'm at the gym one day, and one of my sergeants from the motor pool comes down and says, Staff Sergeant Williams wants to see you. I was like, all right. I was like, fuck. I was shitting bricks, man. What the fuck? Pulls me in his office. So, you know, what the fuck? What are you doing? You're doing drugs? And denial, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
I ain't admitting to anything. Deny. I went and seen the first sergeant. Denied it. And then CID came into the picture. So the Criminal Investigation Department. If we find out you're lying to us, like, you could do time.
Oh.
Yeah, military time. Okay. I did it. I ain't going to prison, man. Like, you know, kick me out. Yeah, I ain't doing it. And I don't know how much of that was a bluff. You know what I mean? Like, I popped hot on a drug test. Like,
right. But
at the time, it scared the shit out of me. Like, no, I ain't doing that.
You would suck at getting waterboarded, just so you know.
I would. I ain't denying it. So yeah, they bumped me down pay grade. So I went through from E4 to E3, 45 and 45.
Okay.
So 45 days restriction, 45 days extra duty. That included weekends. Like you go do your regular job, you know, and then, 4 to 6 hours more after that, do your job. And I could have stayed in. I would have had to switch units, obviously, but I could have stayed in.
What do you mean, obviously? Why would they make you switch units? Just to break up where you're getting the drugs from, or?
That's a good question. I don't know why I said obviously, but I guess.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To break you away from
probably that group you were hanging out
command
with.
That you were
they could have kicked him out right then.
Right.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah. But I was a good soldier up until that point. Never had any problems. So.
And it cost a lot of money to train us, so they don't.
Yeah. It costs a lot of money for those Humvees too, but they're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And so let me backtrack a little bit because my oldest mom was pregnant with her at the time.
So you had to been home on leave somewhere.
Yeah. I came home on leave, conceived my oldest daughter.
Conceptually.
Yeah. So we had gotten back together, right? I'm sorry I skipped that whole trying to put the past week, like I was, shitting bricks because I wanted to wing this whole thing. And
you're talking about the podcast,
right? Because I knew about it for a little while. Right. And Mary's like, "What's your plan?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Do you know the timeline? Do you know what you're gonna say?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna wing it, right?" She's like, "I don't think that's a good idea." So literally this past week, I'm like, I just started typing and literally 4 pages of what came, vomited out of my head.
Yeah.
Went out there. So it's helping me remember a little bit, but timeline still gets a little screwed up. So, before any of my, the drug test and all that happened, I came home on leave and got back together with my oldest mom. And then she actually came out to Fort Sill. We went to the mall, picked out a wedding set.
Wow.
So we got engaged, right? A little time had passed. I came home on leave again. Got her pregnant.
So you were getting a wedding. You're planning a wedding before she got pregnant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Which I was very bad at, right? Like I didn't communicate a lot. And she broke it off with me, when we were just planning to get married. And I didn't know she was pregnant at the time.
Okay.
She knew she was pregnant at the time. And in talking to my mom, kind of put it in my head, well, this could be a possibility why she's doing this, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't actively helping plan the wedding or anything like that. So come to find out she was pregnant. I was heartbroken. I had to go to mental health while I was in the military because I couldn't stop crying.
Wow.
I took it really hard. And, looking back at it now,
you still didn't know at that time that she was pregnant?
No.
Okay.
I did
All
not.
right.
I did not. I didn't find out till later. I actually called her and asked her, and it didn't change anything at the time. And then I came back home on leave again for a weekend pass. So I had a 68 Chevelle that I left back, and I had my mom sell it for $2,500 so I could buy a plane ticket to fly back home.
Are you kidding me?
No. It wasn't the first car. I had a 67 Tempest also that was a beautiful car that I wrecked, but that's... Yeah. Oh, yeah. So in hindsight, boy.
Well, yeah, but...
Yeah, can't do anything now.
No.
So yeah, I had my mom sell that car so I could buy a plane ticket to come back home and kind of try to reconcile with my oldest mom, and it worked. Like we got back together, and then all this stuff happened. I popped up hot on the drug tests in the military, and the reason I didn't stay in is because of that. Right, like I wanted to get back home to see my daughter and be with her mom. So that's the reason why I chose to get out. So I came back home in November of 2003. Back to my my mom's house, seeing my daughter, on a regular. Me and her mother were together at the time, but my mom had lived out in Crow's Landing at the time. Yeah.
That's West Side, baby.
Yeah, it is.
So I remember we went to the bar, right? Me and my mom would go out to the bar and go party.
Now she had a drinking buddy.
Yeah. Her drinking buddy was back.
Mm.
And it was an older home, so it had like the wall heaters right behind her bedroom door. And we came home from the bar one night, smashed, and she turned that on and opened her door, and she had her robe or whatever hanging back there, and it just went up. It went up so quick in flames. And I remember being drunk trying to put this shit out with a pitcher of water, right? Like, and the water,
logical.
And then the water went out because it was hooked up electrically, right, to the water
to the pump.
And then there was no more water. I'm like, we're fucked. Like, let's get out. So the whole house went up. Lost pretty much everything. Came back to nothing, basically. We were lucky to get out of the house with our lives, so I was thankful for that. Stayed in a 26-foot trailer for the next month. Luckily, somebody at my mom's work had a trailer, had a little bit of property, so stayed in a trailer with my mom for a month until she could.
And you lost your clothes,
everything. Yeah, we tried to wash them. I remember being at the laundromat.
Oh no, no.
I forget what you call that stuff, but it's supposed to get out the burnt smell.
No,
it ain't coming out.
No.
Where is it going?
I don't know, but
you're in a 27-foot trailer,
right?
Yeah. So the landlord my mom was renting this house from had another rental in Turlock, so we ended up moving there. I had gotten a job as a mechanic at the local dealership there in Turlock, and kind of a prerequisite for being a mechanic back in those days, right? You did dope, like, you know what I mean? Like, whether you're right?
Seems normal.
I thought so.
Like truck drivers.
So made a good buddy there that was heavily into it, and I just, we connected on that level because of.
Were you with your girlfriend at the time?
It was still
off and on, but your daughter's born.
My daughter's born.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would primarily pick my daughter up from her grandfather's house on the weekends, every other weekend. Her mom worked nights on Fridays, so she stayed at her grandpa's house, and I go pick her up. But yeah, that went on for a little while. And then her mom got married. So my daughter had a stepdad.
How old was your daughter? Ballpark it.
3. Okay. Somewhere around there. So I was still living at my mom's new rental in Turlock. Back and forth on jobs. Like, they let me go from the dealership.
Missing work?
Huh?
Missing work?
Missing work, yeah. Yes. And my buddy, the one that was in it with me, tried to cover for me. It didn't work. I remember reapplying for there and popping hot on a drug test.
Oh, damn.
And the service manager was like,
"Fuck is wrong with you?
Wait 6 months." Yeah, right? Yeah.
I see a pattern here.
Stupid. I think that's why I like going through checkpoints now. Right? Yeah, it's like, look at me.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I ain't got shit on me.
No. Please pull me over.
Yeah. Where was I going?
Looking stepdad.
Yes. So my daughter had a stepdad now. Her mom got married. I was not providing insurance for my daughter, and she needed insurance on her. So I remember my ex calling me up and asking if I would be willing to have her stepdad adopt her.
Saw that one coming.
For insurance purposes. And me being, not thinking clearly, not saying, oh, well, no matter what, I'll put her on my insurance. I don't care. I took it as she was attacking me and threatening me. So I basically told her, well, maybe if that's the route you want to go, maybe my daughter's, I'm better off staying out of her life. Yeah. And that I tried to remember exactly how it went down. I can't. But I specifically remember saying those words. So after that, I didn't really see my daughter at all. And I remember being there for her kindergarten graduation. That was the last time I really remember seeing her, and I was sober.
So she's about 5, 6.
Yeah. And I have a picture that I look at that reminds me, and I would talk to her mom every now and again and ask to speak with my daughter, and she didn't want to speak to me. She told her mom that she could send me pictures to see her, but she didn't want to speak with me.
At that young age, she saying that already? Wow.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be told till just recently that, I found out how mature she is now. I can imagine she was she was a pretty smart kid, right? Can we take a break?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
Oh.
All right, back from break. Here we go.
All right. So I'd seen my daughter graduate kindergarten. After that, I was pretty much non-existent in her life. I took some comfort in knowing that she had a great mom and a stepfather.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
That's because when we, people like us, when we start to justify, rationalize, and minimize, we're lying to ourselves,
Yeah.
You can't replace dad.
No, you can't, but
I get your point.
Yeah. No, in my addiction, I was thankful that she had some kind of stability, right? I couldn't give it to her, so I'm glad she was able to get it, with her mom.
Couldn't give it to her, or wouldn't give it to her?
I wouldn't. Obviously, the choices that I make, the horrible choices that I made, right, were the reason why I felt like I couldn't give it to her.
And when Larry, the questions we were asking off camera, Frank's there. You want to?
Yeah, go. I mean, don't want to interrupt his story as long as it's all a part of this story.
But I was telling him, having sponsored, how many men over the years, lots of men and a few women. I told him, what the child is thinking, when she didn't want to speak to her father. This is just what they've told me. They feel rejection, abandonment, and it's her only power that she has to get back at you. But she wants dad. I mean, you can't replace a daughter and a father.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship. Because there's certain times when the daughter needs a father, and then kind of gravitates to the mother as they get older, like the son and the mother.
Yeah.
But rejection and abandonment, and she's wondering, what did I do to push my father away? Is there something I did?
Yeah.
That's what's going through her mind at that time.
Yeah.
So the only power she has, no, I don't want to speak to him because I'm going to get back at him.
And see, I blamed her mom for that, right?
Of course.
Heck yeah.
Well, you're keeping her from me.
Right.
Not thinking that, my daughter
huge resentment.
think for herself, even at that age, not to want to see me.
Got one more question. There's 3 men I'm thinking of that were in your exact situation. One thing they regretted as they got sober and worked their steps, now their blood is carrying someone else's name. Yeah. That was.
I've never heard it put that way.
Yeah. Well, that's how they put it.
That's powerful.
Yeah. The decisions we make.
Right.
That you can't undo.
No.
So go ahead.
So yeah. So where was I? Okay.
When she was about 6,
Yeah.
after graduation, you didn't really see her.
Yeah, didn't really see her. And I was bouncing at a bar in Turlock.
Finally using your size. I appreciate that.
Right? Just stopped working at the liquor store and the as a mechanic. Actually, I got laid off because I moved from a dealership in Turlock to a dealership in Newman at the time. That our service manager went there, so I was working over there. Times were bad. I think Obama was in office, so
times were definitely bad. Well, they were bad for me.
Right. So the dealership, mechanic industry really took a hit on it. So I got laid off. Somehow used my EDD and went to school for a certificate program in web and graphic design.
Good thinking.
Wow.
Yeah. I managed up, to get some kind of, discipline and structure. Out of that, still living with my mom, working at the bar, being a bouncer at night on the weekends, quick, easy money. That's how I met my next girlfriend. She was there one night and needed a ride home, and I was closing up. So,
to the rescue.
Yeah, to the rescue. Right. Probably the most toxic relationship that I had.
That's saying something.
Yeah. And she was a little Mexican, right? Coming from that culture. And one good thing, she did get me out of my mom's house. So moving out of my mom's house for this first time at 33 years old, outside of the military, right? What a fucking loser. Saying it out loud. We moved to Modesto, actually the same house that I ended up buying that we own now. We moved there when it was a rental. I got a job at a place over off of Graphics Drive in Modesto.
Using your education.
Yes. Trying to build up to that. I was a die maker, so we did a lot of dies for PSC and those type of companies. So yeah, I worked from 1 p.m. till 1 a.m. I did not have a vehicle at the time because I had wrecked my Tahoe, right? Drunk, obviously.
No DUI.
No DUI. Thank God I never had a DUI, right? Like, I thank the Lord every day that I did not
with those
have a
jets
DUI.
that we
I
got.
never went to prison. So when I was in the military, backtrack a little bit, I had a buddy in the barracks who had a vehicle who would get deployed every now and then and leave me his vehicle. Said, do not take it out of state. What's the first thing I did?
Take it out of state.
I met some chick, couple weeks prior, because he lived. His father lived in Amarillo. So yeah, first thing I did was fucking buy a 12-pack and hop in that fucking truck, and off I went. Right.
What state did you go to?
Texas.
Texas.
Is that a kid?
Yeah.
Don't you fucking listen?
I'm listening. Hey, just because he said Texas doesn't mean that's where he went.
I only knew it because Texas is close.
Yeah, I was headed there. I made it into Texas. I just remember driving. I was drinking and driving, of course. And they were doing road construction, and they had the yellow cones all on one side of the road. And I was just
convenient.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh shit. Bam, 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 bam. Oh shit.
Thinking it's Mario Brothers.
Yeah. And apparently I knocked out one of the headlights. So I had stopped at a gas station about halfway in my trip to get some beef jerky. Right. I was
no headlight.
A little hungry. No headlight. Did not know it. Well, the clerk at the convenience store had called the cops on me because she could smell the alcohol in my breath.
Boy.
Right.
Bitch.
Yeah. Right.
How fucking Karen.
How dare you? Yeah.
How could you?
So about 5 miles down the road, I get pulled over.
I bet it was more than the smell.
Oh, I'm sure I was slurring my words and stumbling everywhere.
But you're a soldier, aren't you?
Yeah.
Come on.
And this was on a Friday night, right? So, I get pulled over. They find the, couple beers left in the 12-pack.
You drink slow.
I do. They take me to Armstrong County Jail. Thank God it was full. They could not take me there, so they took me back to where the clerk had called the cops, and this was in Claude, Texas. Great town, right? Like,
sounds like it.
Yeah,
Claude,
Texas. So they take me to the local jail there, and I thank God every day they didn't take me to Armstrong County Jail, because it was a lot. They walked me in, I could see, what it looked like. Like, Claude County Jail was more like,
Mayberry,
Deputy Dewey, you know what I mean? Like,
was Otis there?
They had one other, prisoner there that they let me make a sandwich for lunch the next day. Let me wash the cop car for cigarettes. I'm like, this is all right. If I had to run this prison, this jail, I think I could. So yeah, but getting back, right? Like, I had to be at PT at 6 a.m. Monday morning, right? And I was not going to be arraigned till Monday, whenever the judge came in. And they let me go, like,
because you're the service.
I said, hey, I got to be back at this time. I took a bus. Oh man.
What'd you do to your buddy's pickup?
Impounded.
Oh, I got impounded.
Yeah.
I had to let him know when I got back.
That'd be fun.
At least it was close, to Amarillo. So, he was going that way anyway. Yeah, it was horrible. I had to take a bus back. I made it back about 4 a.m, Monday morning. Went to the PX, bought a fucking beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, level out, baby.
Down that beer before I went to PT. I remember standing in line at PT, and my motor sergeant just fucking looks at me and shakes his fucking head. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm here for PT. He's all, come with me. Took me to the motor pool, and yeah, had the soldier that I took his truck there. And I really didn't get in trouble. Like, I got in trouble internally,
No consequences.
Yeah, no consequences. So, got off the hook for that one. I don't know how. The Lord watching over me knew he had bigger and better plans for me, I guess. All right, kind of got sidetracked with that backtracking.
It's all right. Good story.
Yeah, I thought so.
You're working at graphics.
It's one of those ones that after I left that I would have.
Man, I should have said that.
Yeah. Working over at Container Graphics, 1 p.m. to
1 a.m. to 1 p.m. You said 1 to 1.
Yeah, 1 to 1. 12-hour shifts. I didn't have a vehicle because I had wrecked it. Right. And so I was riding a bike to where it was about 7 miles. Through Modesto. Now looking back, if you ride a bike for anything other than exercise, it's kind of, especially at 33 years old.
Yeah. You've made some bad life choices.
Yeah. But at the time, this is perfect. I'm getting exercise. Huh? No. So I would ride my bike every day. In the morning though, I'd wake up and ride my bike to the liquor store and get a 3-pack of tall cans. I had to level out
because you weren't learning your lesson from riding that bike.
No, it was a good thing.
Know the feeling.
And then obviously, all the beer and that I drank after work, but I would have to wait. I would have to call and hope somebody was up at the house to give me a ride home at 1 a.m.
Right in the morning.
Otherwise, I was riding my bike home at 1 a.m. in Modesto. That wasn't fun. Yeah, convinced my girlfriend at the time to use her income tax money to fix my vehicle and get it out of the shop. So then I had wheels again, which was great.
Dangerous, but great.
Dangerous, but great, right? And it was fixed to be drivable, right? Both air bags were fucking blown. Like, I was taped them up. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I can't afford fucking airbags.
I ain't ride that bike no fucking more. Tape them up. Let's go.
And she remembers that vehicle. I had it when we met.
Who's she?
Oh, my wife, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. That vehicle is
Turn the microphone.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Say that again.
That vehicle lived a very short fucking life. The fuck
Welcome in, Mary.
Yeah,
she
was
comes
not a
in with the
fan.
fuck right off the get-go. I love her already.
Yeah, the AC did not work in that thing. Like my AC was 465, right?
Windows down.
All four windows down, driver 65. But yeah, I'd convinced her to use her income tax money to get that fixed. And
This was little Hispanic gal.
yes. And I was heavily drinking during that time, and I remember.
Any powdered accelerants or just drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She had family members that would help out with that. Some that had been in prison, some been in and out of the system.
Good stuff.
For a
Find
while.
that balance.
Yeah.
The balance. Just enough.
And that might have been why I stuck with her so long, right? The benefits.
Come on.
But she finally got. So I had left that job. I had got a pretty damn good, decent job. I'm still with the company today. So I started up pretty much at the bottom as an operator with this company, and we were working 12-hour days, and I was loving it. Like, give me that money. I was making great money.
Money.
You got energy. You're good.
Yeah. And yeah, there were some scares too. There were like 3 weeks in, I had a forklift incident.
Oh shit.
And luckily I did not do enough powdered accelerant the weekend before for it to pop hot on me. Because that would have been my third drug test that I popped on. I was, somebody was looking out for me.
Always.
But yeah, so I stayed with her. Like I said, maybe because, I was getting the benefits from her family. And I paid for a lot. Like, I was making a lot of money, but her being old school traditional, like, I had to pay for the rent. I had to pay for, and she had 2 kids that lived with us. And I remember when her son graduated, they had a party in the garage, right? And the next morning they left all their liquor out and all their booze out, right? And
party.
I drank it and then filled the bottle up with water, thinking that.
Who the fuck were you hiding it from?
her son.
Oh.
And he called me out on my bullshit, and I denied. And he didn't believe me, which he shouldn't have.
No,
right?
he knows better.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just. Yeah, that was a common occurrence too. Even when I was younger, like, I don't know if you guys remember the baseball bat bottles, Coors and Coors Light ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was a whiskey drinker, but I still remember those. Yeah.
Well, those were mantle decorations in my mom's house growing up, right? Yeah, unopened. And I tried to drink one of those things like 5 or 6 years after they'd been opened, right? Oh God, that was horrible.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she was finally fed up.
Yeah, Katie's here. Let's just take another quick break, guys. Then we'll get to it. I've just been waiting for her.
You're good.
Because, yeah. Where were we at?
We were at my
gay bar.
What the fuck?
Oh, your hometown, the Brave Bull. We'll get there.
Perfect.
We were at my ex little, Mexican girlfriend.
Well, he almost popped. You almost popped on your third. You almost popped, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So
Did not.
God gets the glory, and then we're here. So
yeah. Yeah.
How old are you at this age? Where are you at right now?
That's a good question.
This was 2000.
You got a good job. You're still with that company today. So
2013 is when I got hired there. So that would put me at 35.
Yeah. Ballpark. That's good. 34, 35.
34, 35. Somewhere in there, right? Finally getting my life together.
But yeah, well, yeah, pieces. I mean, okay, let's be honest. There's a piece in place, but you're still doing dope and you're still drinking. So, not all the pieces are in place. Definitely. 34, 35 years old.
Yeah.
How old were you when your daughter was born, your oldest?
Oh, I was 25, I think. I joined the Army in 2001. I was 23. Mm-hmm. She was born in 2003. So I was 25. Yeah.
So this is 10 years now.
Yeah. 10 years passed. And I remember I guess she wasn't all bad. She would reach out. She had reached out to my daughter's mom.
Your Hispanic girlfriend. Well, because they're big on family.
Yeah, advocating for me. And my daughter's mom was like, I really appreciate this, but I'm not hearing it from Shawn.
Right.
You know
She's right.
And
Right.
She's got to protect.
Right.
Gotta
100%.
Why would I have, why would I trust that
Right.
if I was her mother? Yeah, in hindsight now it's stupid, but so I guess she wasn't all bad, but like you said, the family and the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
food.
Oh, I wish I never got a homemade tortilla. Not
What
once.
the-
Not once. Yeah.
Should have ran.
Sacrilege.
Right.
Yeah, but the dope was coming.
So by 2014, she was pretty much
Done with you?
fed up with my shit. Yeah. And I could care less. Like, I wanted my freedom. I wanted her out of the house. I just wanted to make my own decisions and be my own man, because that's always worked out so good
Yeah.
for me in the past, right? So she finally got her stuff and moved out. And I think she was expecting some type of reaction out of me, and I didn't give it to her. So yeah, that pissed her off even more. Right?
I mean, validated her decision.
Yeah.
Pissed off a Latina.
Yeah.
That ain't good.
Yeah.
She was batshit crazy.
Yeah.
On
Well-
top. So
well-
She laid hands on me. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow.
ran into people, just wild shit.
Yeah.
That's who we pick usually when
Yeah.
we're in that
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. I've never laid a hand on a woman at all. So even in my, addiction, but yeah, she was fed up. So I remember I tried to get the day off of work the day she was moving out, because I knew she was going to take everything. And sure enough, somebody else in my department had the day off. So I could not get it off. And I was like, oh, I know she's stripping the house right now as I'm at work. And sure enough, she had taken everything. Which, it was what it was. Looking back now, these, old ass TVs and old couches don't make,
Right.
or nothing, right? So I had to scrounge for some furniture and a bed and stuff like that. And I had some friends that
It'd probably been better
helped me
that you not be there because of what could have taken
Right.
place,
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
God looked out for you again.
Right. And I hadn't had a steady drug habit, but here and there, right?
It's never too late.
But now
God damn it, Rob.
it was fucking on, right? Like I had,
Oh, now it's on.
now it's on. I had a good job, good paying job. I had a vehicle.
So don't drug test.
Freedom.
I had my own house.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, let's go. And I remember specifically, I had hit up one of my now ex's family members, because I knew he dealt. And I remember specifically asking him, hey, do you have any white lady? And at the time he said, no, I'm all out, but I have the other. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I was like, fuck it. All right, let's do it. And that sent me on a path.
The meth.
The meth.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking Rob.
That's the other.
That's the other, buddy.
And I remember, because Mary was reading it, because we were going over this, what I've written down. She said, oh, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Oh,
What
it's
is
just
the
slang.
other? I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Methamphetamines.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is coming from a girl who's never smoked a joint.
Right? Yeah, nothing.
Never.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
not
Straight
missing
as an
nothing
arrow.
there. Fuck that shit.
I'm like, what the fuck is
Who,
going on?
who even wants that?
So yeah, just partying all the time. And I didn't put it out there. Like, I didn't do it with a lot of people.
But this is coming to the end, though, for you.
Yeah. It happened quick.
Your
Within
last hurrah.
a year. Like, it was,
Burning the candle.
yeah. Oh, definitely. Sleepless nights,
Okay, I got to ask questions. I was talking about this with, I was with my buddy Jason over the weekend. Me and my wife went with Jason and Kim. We're talking about this, going over all, because we have the same history.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't, how much of his story do you hear in mine?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
The military, all that stuff. So we're going off tangent here.
Mm-hmm.
When you would, after a couple days, what would you see? I used to see alligators crossing the road when I would, after a couple of sleepless days.
I would hear helicopters, like
Yes.
They're flying over my house right now. Like you couldn't tell me they weren't. The ghetto birds out there, and they're coming for me. They
Wow.
know they can see what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah,
and,
they're we're watching rooftops and everything.
yeah.
Fuck, I'm glad I never got
Snipers
into
are
that
out
shit.
there.
I'm paranoid enough.
But everybody's got those. I appreciate that.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just full force, man. On a weekly basis, I was, getting 1 to 2 teeners a week.
You're making it to work.
Yeah, making it to work.
Yeah.
Even came up with a side hustle. So I used my graphic design, printing out templates, doing rustic wood art, California flag, USA flag, stuff like that. And I would tweak on that shit and bust some shit out.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
I started wholesaling to a local store in Turlock. So they give me, obviously not what it's worth, but it's getting my, my product out there and getting me some money in my pocket, right? Which I needed more of because I needed more dope to hit a vicious circle. I don't know why I did it. So I did that
Because we're insane.
Yeah, it's insanity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did that for a little while, and I remember the night that I'd probably been up for 2 days already, and I was scrolling on my phone and on Facebook, and sometimes you'll come across the stories on Facebook, like a post or whatever. And I remember scrolling, and it was a letter that I had written. I'm hallucinating, right? It was a letter that I had written, telling all my friends how much I take advantage of them and never really loved anybody. And it was written from a place of pride. It was, it wasn't from a place of, pouring my heart out for forgiveness. It was like prideful, like,
Wow.
you
Like
stupid.
you fools.
You're hallucinating all this.
I am. And I remember scrolling more and getting subliminal messages, that would say different things. Like I consider myself an artist, right? Like making these things, and things would just pop up that would downplay, what I thought of myself. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Like, where is this?
Where indeed.
Yeah, I'm hallucinating. Like, this is scaring me. I immediately took what I had and flushed it down the toilet. That's how I'm done. I'm done doing dope. Because my drinking at that time, doing dope, like, I'll set this can over here full beer, right? Go fucking tweak out on something.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Go open another one, take a sip, set that one there. So the garage was just full beers. So my drinking, it was there, but this was more prevalent.
Yeah,
Like
it took second nature.
Yeah.
And we thought that was our problem.
Right.
The dope's the problem. The beer's, the alcohol is never our problem.
Yeah.
That was it. Once I get rid of this, I'm good.
Yeah. And that was my thought process.
You're telling my story, kid. I love it.
So after I quit, and I was,
And that was it.
I was, dead set. Like I did not touch it. But I started fucking drinking heavily.
Had to replace it.
Yeah.
But you don't realize it.
No.
But you don't realize it
No.
that what you've just done.
Yeah.
Just beer.
Come on, tell me.
Unless I was going out, like I would make Jaeger bombs to drink,
Right.
just like,
Right. Get there faster.
yeah, little shots and, drink some Coke out of the bottle, pour the shot in there if I was going somewhere. But primarily beer. And I like beer. I like the taste of beer.
Right.
Even now.
So did I.
I'll buy.
I was a beer
Yeah,
drinker.
Larry's he's a beer lover.
Yeah.
I'll buy hops water. Now.
Okay.
Which is what's that? What's that?
Just non-alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean 0.0.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing.
I got you.
Yeah, it just tastes like hoppy water.
Yeah.
Because I like the taste of it, right? So I would drink IPAs, a lot of IPAs. So they were,
Heavy beers.
6.5.
Right.
Yeah. So I'd black out all the time. And this was probably the beginning of April of 2015 that I started drinking heavily. And one weekend after, so I went to, my neighbor was a lesbian, right? And
Nice.
Mary's good friend is a gay man. And I wanted to go out because I felt depressed and isolated. And
Because you were.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So I hit up my neighbor. They were going to go out.
Her
Her and her girlfriend. Yeah.
Fucking Rob.
Sorry. Go ahead.
One was Butch. Okay. So they were going out to the Tiki. Right.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you know?
Huh?
Did you know?
The Tiki Lounge?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was a gay bar. Well,
The Tiki Lounge?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Not when I was back then, but that was, you know.
Yeah. It wasn't.
It turned that
always-
way. Yeah, it turned that way close to the end of it.
I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. It wasn't always a gay
Well,
bar.
Tiki Lounge has been gone for 20.
Has it?
No.
No.
They just shut down
It
this year.
just, yeah, July 1st, it just shut
Yeah.
down.
Jesus.
Really?
Officially.
Yeah. The one on McHenry.
Yeah.
Get with the times. Okay, so you're going to the
Yeah. I'm going to the Tiki, figuring, fuck.
just get out of the house.
I'll have some dudes buy me some beers. I ain't going to do anything, but
There you go.
Well, heck yeah, 6'4", good looking guy, nice beard.
Right? They call it bears, I think, is what the term is.
You what now?
They call it bears, the big burly guys.
Yeah.
Sweet. What do they call the little jack guy?
Sweet. Sweetie.
I love it.
And so Mary was there, and her friend came over to me and
Listen to this, Larry.
said, "My friend likes your beard. Can she touch it?" I was, sure. why
What a
not?
pickup line.
Yeah. And so she came over and stroked my beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I was
Quite uncomfortably. But at that point in time, you couldn't tell me shit.
So were you 3 sheets, or were you just
No.
just warmed
no,
up?
she wasn't.
No, I never really drank
So-
like that. That wasn't really a big thing for me.
We just met,
Yeah.
but and you told me a little bit of your background. That doesn't seem like your personality. Just to go stroke a strange man's beard.
Yeah, it really
So what was it?
It really wasn't. I don't know. I just felt this weird connection almost.
Well, he has a beautiful beard. I'm
No,
sitting here admiring his damn beard.
Yeah.
Well, that and he's handsome as shit.
Yeah, he's
A little bit more gray now.
He's handsome.
yeah, it was a
dude.
little more brown at the time, but
But that still doesn't seem like you.
no, and it wasn't. But I don't know. There was just
Immediate
I just felt
attraction.
It literally
Immediate. Yeah.
Yeah.
we
But
met.
here we are 10 years later. So
Right.
Yeah. No, he was like, let me buy you a drink, let me buy you a drink. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then he was like, no, I really want to. I'm like, okay. And then he came back and he handed me a beer and he was like,
I went over and asked some gay
Yeah.
dude to buy me a drink, and I gave it to her.
yeah.
can you tell us at this time 10 years ago, what were you doing? Can you say that?
Yeah, I worked in law enforcement. At that time I was booking inmates, male inmates specifically. So I was already like,
Yeah, she had her
get the fuck away from me kind of
But
vibe
yet-
towards men because it was just such a.
Wow.
But yet-
I mean, I was working at the downtown old
yet-
men's jail.
Yeah, so that's why it got the dichotomy. Yeah, can I go stroke? Here's a big handsome man.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with these good, she's got pretty much a good judge character, but yet, that's just crazy how God works anyway.
Yeah.
I like these
I was
things.
trying to figure out where the fuck he was going with that.
Yeah, right.
Because, hey, you were gone. I'm finding this shit out.
Yeah, and he was like, he's like, oh, what was it? He's like, just keep talking, just keep talking.
Yeah, she has
And
an
then 10
amazing
years
voice.
later, I'm like,
she has
you
amazing
fucking
voice.
told
She's
me.
got a beautiful voice.
Like, you
Yeah.
told me keep talking.
Yeah.
This is what you get for the rest of your life, bud.
I know.
So,
I kind of, yeah.
yeah. And
But
then
you
myself
need,
in the ass with that
we
one.
need, and because you're telling, we need strong women.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we are,
I do.
and we're attracted to strong women because they, they'll co-sign our, hopefully they don't co-sign our bullshit.
Just calling that.
yeah, I didn't. And I had a lot more energy for a child, so I was a lot more spitfirey.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they'll do that to you.
he we were leaving and he's like following me out and he kissed me on the cheek and one of the girls that we were with actually hit him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't fucking kiss women. Why didn't you? I was just like, whatever. He's drunk. Not a big deal. And I'm walking out and he's like, hey, can I have your number? And I turn around. I was like, absolutely the fuck not.
Bitch, you just touched my beard.
And I'm like, I don't know
much.
you. And I was like, if you can remember my name on Facebook tomorrow, because Facebook was a lot more popular back
Right.
then. He's like, I was like, you remember my name on Facebook, then we'll see.
You must have.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So, okay, now let's get your version. I mean, so what were you thinking? You okay, go ahead and touch my beard. But what was it?
Oh, I'm taking her home. I'm taking her home that night, right?
Oh, that was your thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, she was gorgeous.
But again, women like
Don't
to be,
say was.
women like to be pursued, and
True.
men like to pursue. So it was
Right.
perfect.
Yeah.
Hunter and the Huntress.
Yeah.
No, she was a spicy little thing. I could tell.
We're going on
already.
fucking dating game here now.
I love it. No, but this is good. This is the start of.
I know it
He's
is.
about ready to quit drinking.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
wanna
This
know,
is
'cause
coming.
The dope
It's coming.
stopped because of. Well, I know what the dope stopped. So I've been there, so
Yeah.
that's perfect. So and now, but you're hot and heavy.
Yeah.
You remembered her name.
I did remember her
In a
name.
gay bar.
At the gay bar. So
The gay tiki.
this was May 30th, 2015.
So you're ready. You're 5 days away.
I'm 5 days away.
Mercy.
And a lot happens in that 5
Talk to me.
days.
I want to hear this.
I remember we're trying to figure out this timeline yesterday. I remember talking to her one time, on the phone, and it must have been that Sunday.
No, it was on phone. It was like Facebook Messenger.
Was it?
Yeah, I didn't give you my number.
So it was
No.
that Sunday. That Sunday was my rock bottom. Like
You quit digging.
I woke up the next day and I was like, my moment of clarity, like, what the fuck are you doing?
All by yourself, too.
All by myself.
Wow.
What would you say? Come
That's
on.
the first time I've heard that.
I told myself I had to stop blaming everybody else for my problems.
Oh, my God.
and
You just gave me chills.
Ownership.
take responsibility for my actions. And it wasn't until later Sunday that everything came together. I believe I'd called my oldest mom at the time and blamed her for keeping my daughter away from me. And I had reached out to a buddy asking for a gun. And he was like, absolutely fucking not. Like,
Smart friend.
go fuck yourself. Yes. I thank him to this day. And another person told me, like, the only way you're going to get into rehab, you need to take care of yourself. The only way you're going to get in is if you're suicidal. I'm like, oh, yeah? Okay.
I just asked for a fucking gun.
Yeah. So I called my mom. My mom came out. I told her what was going on. I'm like, I want to get into rehab. Like, I'm done. Like, but apparently the only way I can get in is by being suicidal. So I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if my mom drove me to the hospital or if the ambulance came and got me. I think my mom drove me.
Which hospital?
Doctors.
Okay. You get there.
Get there. Explain the situation. They take me in. They draw my blood. Sitting there, and what was a couple episodes ago? What was his name? Paul.
Yes.
When he said that the healthcare system is so screwed up around mental health, that solidified it.
Truly is.
I sat there for a few hours. They had the ambulance drive me to DBHC, put me in a fucking padded room with a blanket overnight, and the next morning around 6 a.m. they released me.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
And luckily I live fairly close to where they released me, and I was able to walk home. But I'm like, what? So what do I do now? They had no information for me, nothing. Just let me go. So I called my HR at my work, and I was like, this is what's going on. This is what I need. Can you help me? Can you help me? And yeah, she was great. I miss her. She was our HRIS person at the time, and she's all, give me an hour or so, and I'll give you a call back. She's all, call the call-in hotline for work and call in sick today. I'm like, okay. She called me back and said, these are the places your insurance will partially cover. And one, I believe, was Maynard's. And the deductible for that was outrageous. Like, there's no way I could come up with it. And so the ghetto alternative was changing echoes in Angels Camp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
ghetto alternative.
it was $500 deposit.
But it's something,
insurance
man.
deposit, and I had no money, and I was not going to ask my mom to cover it, right? So I hit up the local shop that I sold these signs to. I'm like, would you buy 4 of these signs? You know, if I could have them to you by this date. I said, yeah, no problem. So I sold 4 signs at $125 a piece to pay to get into rehab.
Good Lord.
So I called them. They couldn't get me until that Thursday. So I had 4 days to figure out what to do. So I busted my ass and made those, and I had my mom right there the whole time watching me. Spent the night at my mom's house that whole week. I didn't quit drinking.
You couldn't.
I had my tall cans.
Yeah.
You really couldn't.
Had my tall cans, and that's what I remember from Larry's when they told you don't quit. They did not tell me that. I just
you couldn't anyway.
yeah,
You couldn't have.
And I remember my last tall can the night before I left, you know, and I had my bags back, and my mom took me up there and, you know, did the in-process thing and stuff. And at that time, I was like, I'm not here for drinking. Like, I'm here for drugs. That was my problem, right? Yeah, even though I had quit a month before coming there.
Justify, rationalize, minimize.
I'm like, I'm going to get out and, you know, drink like a gentleman. You know, I'll be just fine.
My hat's off to you, if you can.
Right. During my time there.
But you didn't, apparently.
I did not. No. During my time there, I experienced a lot. There was one kid there that was detoxing off heroin. Maybe not heroin, but opiates.
Same thing.
And he was just huddled up in the corner,
puking,
just shivering,
shaking, Jimmy legs.
They were feeding him candy, you know. I was like, what the fuck? This guy's got a problem.
I don't.
You got to check this guy out over here, right? But just the stories that you hear in there, and I'd never opened up to a group of men before going there, and that just, to be totally honest with them and not trying to build myself up for any reason, it was life-changing for sure. And I remember they wanted me to be house manager or whatever they called it at the time, and the cook shot it down because he wanted me in the kitchen. I was like, motherfucker, dude, I don't want to cook for these fucking people. And, you know, that place definitely increased my nicotine and caffeine intake for damn sure. That's all there was, right? But, you know, going to those meetings and talking, not just with the counselors, but with the people that were there, right? Like those stories.
Do you now, how many people that you were in there with, did you talk to any of them now?
No, I did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
Because they don't make it.
No. And
you're rare.
Yeah. And a lot of them aren't. They're
alive.
Not. Yeah. Like the opiate kid, like he drinks, but he doesn't do opiates. I'm like, teach their own. Like,
right. I'm
not here to judge, you know what I mean? At all. If you can live, and he looks like he's doing fine. We're friends on Facebook. He looks like he's thriving. So good for you. But yeah, me going in there thinking that
dope is your problem.
I was just there for dope, and I could walk out of there and have a drink. Was quickly diminished,
squashed.
Yeah, it was. After being there a couple weeks, and my counselor was great. After being there a couple weeks and just hearing everything, all the stories, and reflecting back on me, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's me.
Well,
you have a drinking problem.
Similarities.
See, the similarities, not the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time I got out, I was never going to drink again. Like I knew it. Like,
would you say your obsession was lifted going back or thinking about that?
as far as
The obsession for alcohol.
Yeah, the obsession for alcohol.
Not the
you know,
thought.
not the thought. I mean, well, and what I mean by that is like we can be, I can be around it. Let me rephrase it. I can be around it all day long because I have zero. You know, Rob says it, I say it. I don't think about drinking any more than I do breathing. Right. Because that obsession's gone.
Yeah.
So.
And page 64 tells me that alcohol wasn't my problem anyway.
Right.
I was the problem.
Yeah.
Liquor was just a symptom.
But yes, I believe it got lifted. And I was telling Mary, there's a few things that I really took away from inpatient rehab is the three-headed dragon, right? Oh, yeah. And from a sobriety standpoint, like there's many different interpretations of the three-headed dragon.
Give me yours.
Mine that I use currently is physical, psychological, and spiritual. If I keep those three heads on and they're all in alignment, my life is beautiful, right? How often are all three in alignment?
it's work, maybe.
Yes. But I remember in rehab, it was drinking, thinking, and feeling, right? And you're chopping off those heads of the dragon, which kind of
say that again. Drinking,
thinking, and feeling.
Okay.
So that really resonated with me at the time. I was like, okay, not that I've perfected all those things, but I've managed all those things. So what does the three-headed dragon mean to me now? And that's the physical, psychological, and spiritual. Those three things, you keep those at a good, steady balance.
I like that.
You should be in harmony, right? I feel.
I just got to get the physical.
Me too. I've been lacking that.
Spiritual is the most important one.
Right.
It is.
Spiritually fit.
Thank God, because it keeps me mental.
Yeah. If without that.
Right. Yeah.
I wish the mirror would say the same thing, but it doesn't.
And the scale?
Yeah, and the scale.
From it stem all forms of spiritual disease, for we have not only been mentally and physically ill, we've been spiritually sick. But when the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. Spirituality is always first.
Yeah.
Never last or never second. Once that's, then the other two will fall in line. Mm-hmm. Or you have a chance for the other two to fall in line. You'll get there, baby.
Yeah. So you get out of rehab.
The other thing that I took away was the sleeping tiger.
Yeah, that's where he's at.
Yeah.
And he's growing.
He's growing.
He's doing push-ups right now.
Yeah.
Our tiger's doing push-ups.
Yeah. And we had a conversation. Me and Mary had a conversation about that. And she's like, really? I don't think that it would be like that initially, the first day drinking or whatever. But I think eventually, like,
it's progressive.
With a quickness, it would definitely.
So you understand that?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
Yeah. You spend a little while in the rooms.
Yeah.
What's being a sponsor of a few men, you'll see it. Yeah. A lot of us die out there because that tiger wakes up.
Yeah.
The first couple times, maybe the first day or two.
Yeah.
Maybe a week or a month or two.
Yeah.
But it's progressive. You eventually become right where you were, worse.
Yeah.
And I know I've got another drunk in me.
Yeah.
I do not have another recovery.
Right.
Because I know where I ended up was about where you ended up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And at this point, I got 10 years, man. I got too much fucking time invested. And this is the most time I have had invested in anything besides our marriage. You know what I mean?
That's about the same time. I mean, you...
Close.
If you were that man, she wouldn't be here.
No.
So, but you were gone for 28 days after he had...
Did you wonder what the fuck?
Well, he ghosted me.
You son of a
bitch.
And I was like,
yeah.
I was dating, doing whatever. And then come October, he messages me on Facebook and was like, hey, can I call you? I'm like, okay.
Motherfucker, that was all.
I'm like,
hey,
that's fine.
He's got that great fucking beard.
Yeah, I'm like, he was super handsome. Okay, whatever. And I don't know anything in between what's going on. So he calls me and he's like, I was like, oh, I answer the phone. I'm like, glad to see you're not fucking dead. And he goes, I've been in rehab for the last, and I was like, oh, well, fuck. Okay. I don't know how to respond to that.
Right.
I'm 24. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even have a frontal lobe yet. I don't know what to say.
It's almost developed. It's almost there.
I was close. But so, yeah. And then we talked and he's like, I'd like taking a date. I'm like, okay, cool. Great.
Yeah.
That was October.
Yeah.
First week of October. And then went on a date. Second worst first date in my entire life.
What was second worst first date? Come on, where'd you guys go?
I can explain why.
Well, somebody didn't know how to date sober.
No.
So
No, I get it.
I'm sure he didn't.
That's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. So I'll backtrack a little bit. So when I got out of rehab, I had actually, while I was still in rehab, I had asked my ex's brother to be my sponsor because he was working the program.
The Hispanic
That
guy?
Yeah.
That there is a story.
And I told my ex that if we ever broke up, that I would get clean and sober and start working out. So if I'm still sober till this day out of spite, maybe,
Wow.
But yeah, so in another spiteful way, I had her brother be my sponsor. So it was pre-COVID time, so
Right.
we had our weekend visits, and he came up there, brought me cigarettes. My mom visited, and I remember we had to make basically our first amends. So my mom had to sit directly in front of me, and
Oh, yeah,
had to
I remember that one.
the letter that I had written her, and that tore me up.
Can I ask a quick question right
Yeah.
there? Was your mom still drinking at that time?
So my mom quit drinking 2 weeks after I went into rehab.
Okay. God bless.
And she never worked a program. She may still have character defaults that, are going to live with her the rest of her life, but at least she's not drinking, right? Like
She's sober.
she's sober. She's sober till this day. She'd never drink again after that.
Tell me about the letter.
The letter, the parts that I remember, it was just basically telling her sorry for being such a piece of shit son.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like all the things that she had to put up with when she was just trying to give me the best life that she could, right?
But nowhere in that letter did it say you were a fucking drunk too.
We're not supposed to do
No.
Well,
No,
that's
not
what
at
I
all.
was getting at. That's what I was getting at.
Because there's one question I want to ask you yet,
Right.
but it hasn't. Because when you had your revelation before you went to rehab, you had called your daughters, your oldest daughters, the mother, and just laid it on. I mean, and just blistered her.
Yeah.
Even though you were the problem.
Yeah.
Did you ever correct that?
I actually spoke with her several times before I went into rehab. Yeah, when I was staying at my mom's house.
Okay.
I was in contact with my mother's or my daughter's mom. Yeah. Yeah. And
that
Go ahead.
she, knowing Shawn's story, that woman's a saint because
Bless you to say stuff like that. That's good.
the amount of love for her daughter and even just the well-being of Shawn to not put him through what I probably would have put him through if I was her is astonishing as a female
Wow.
to have done. And she, I think, was one of the contributing factors of making sure that Shawn was able to reconcile with his oldest.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. Like
Saying that because we were talking when Larry was dicking off. It's rare because I've decided to sponsor. It's rare when a lot of times the parents will use the children as weapons. And obviously she didn't. She put the daughter first, as she should have, which is awesome, which is amazing.
Yeah.
She was a very good mom. She is a very great mom.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like everything's on me. Like it's all me. It was always me.
But what the realization of that is painful, isn't it?
It is. It's very painful, and it has been for,
He knows that. There's nothing more we want to do than to go back and fix. Go back and fix.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to fix it so badly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what men do. You guys are fixers.
Yeah.
Whether we want to be fixed or not, or
Yeah.
hear it.
But
that's
once
what
we
you
know
guys are good at.
but when you see the wreckage,
Yeah.
you want to, and you can't unring the bell.
Yeah.
But what we can do is the next right thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's painful. I know. But I can see it.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Larry.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it right fucking now, and I'm trying not to fucking cry, prick.
I mean,
Why do you want to cry?
It just because
did you love your daughters? And
I
your
can
wife?
I can feel that pain. That
I know.
I can feel it.
I know.
I can feel it. And it hurts.
It does.
There's nothing we can.
It fucking hurts. And,
I'm glad you're here.
I'm very happy that I'm here.
So I want to
So I mean, well, have you,
we're all over the place
but
right
no,
now.
not really. So how many?
My brain
where's
is.
the relationship now? Sorry,
My brain's
your
all
daughter,
over.
your oldest.
How is the relationship?
Where is it?
Oh, I was getting there.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and there's where do we leave off?
Rehab.
Just out of
Wait,
rehab.
no, you guys, you got out of rehab. You went on your first sober date.
We were talking about the first date.
You sucked at it.
Yeah, well,
she's there.
There's some things before that. Just
outpatient.
I did.
Like sober living?
No. Just
outpatient.
outpatient treatment.
Okay.
I think my insurance paid for 3 months of outpatient, which I did breakthroughs in Modesto. Corey there was great in keeping me in check, coming back to civilization. And I lived with my mom for 2 weeks after I got out of rehab, just to make sure I was...
Who's taking care of your house during this time?
So I was... disability screwed me around. Like I was heavily trying to get that disability check in there before my rent was due. Okay. And it finally came through. It finally dropped. Thank good. Luckily, rent back then was only like $700 a month. So yeah. So the house was good. Everything paid for. Lived with mom a couple weeks after. Went back home. Actually, so I got out July 3rd, right? And July 4th, we went to an A's game and went to go watch fireworks. And it was the most miserable time I've ever had. Like, what do you do at a baseball game without drinking a beer, right? And then it's fair time. I go to the fair. This is even worse. Like, I can't go to beer gardens. Like, no, you can't. You can't. You better figure it out. Like, you better find something else to occupy your mind and your time, and it was like that for a while. I just had to go out there and keep doing things.
How was your sponsor? Didn't work any steps, obviously.
I had started to, and that's the thing, right? Like, my garage was full of beer signs and mirrors and shit. And he was like, "You have to take those down. That's a reservation." I was like, "What? What are you talking about? I like it. It looks cool, right? Like, I can guarantee you I'm not going to drink again."
Because of a fucking sign.
Yeah, I can guarantee I'm going to keep this shit up in my garage because it looks cool and I paid a lot of money for it, right? And then, no new relationships for a year. Well, if I would have taken that advice, I wouldn't be with my wife right now. Right. Possibly, right?
That's a stupid... they say no major decisions for at least a year. Yeah. Motherfucker, I just turned my will and my life over to the care of God. Or I just went into, if that's not a major decision, what is?
Yeah. And I think those
but I understand.
You wonder where they come up with that shit because it's nowhere in the fucking book.
No, they just make shit up.
Neither is the 90 and 90. Where the
make shit up.
Fucking comes from is beyond me.
Ego. Someone's ego.
I guess, man. But I don't know if that was the deciding factor of me stepping away from working the program. I know Mary had gone to some. We used to go to Northside Fellowship.
That's a rough one.
It is very rough. A lot of in and outers, man. Like, and
no comment.
I would get something sometimes from the stories, but there was so much relapse going on in and out of that fellowship that it was just like, what the fuck? Like, is anybody serious about this? You know what I mean?
It's very hard when you, and I, once again, I don't want to talk negative about any meeting, right? Northside, there's a lot of people that got sober there and that are still there. But
which one? The one that broke off the first time? The one that broke off God, or the one that broke off because they wanted to smoke pot?
All right, let's move on then.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a lot out of it.
She did.
Honestly.
She loved it.
My past relationship before I got with Shawn, he was an alcoholic. And when we broke up, I was driving home. And I was just crying, hysterical, whatever. And I was praying. And I didn't have my faith that I have now. It was just something you did, whatever. And I, physically can feel how I felt in that moment of praying. Like, Jesus, I can't be with somebody who drinks again. Like, please bring me somebody who does not drink because I am not strong enough to do this. I cannot do the ins and outs. I cannot do the bar pickups. I cannot do this anymore. Like, God, you have to help me. Like, I need help. I can't be with somebody. Obviously, I'm not picking the good ones. You need to help me. And then
He heard you.
So like I had a little bit of history of being with somebody, and you know, there's certain
So did the
alcoholics
meetings
in my
help you?
family.
Did they help you understand a few things?
So being that I had a couple alcoholics in my family, and like it was always like not taboo, but just like that wasn't a world that I came from. So I had no understanding because like I grew up in a home where like my parents may have drank and my parents were divorced, but either home they may have drank whatever, but like it wasn't prevalent that like nobody was getting.
They're just normies.
Yeah, like didn't
Fuck
whatever.
you, normies.
Yeah.
Hey,
Go on with yourself.
So I'm sitting in these meetings and I'm just like enthralled, and I'm like just eyes wide open and trying not to be judgy because I'm just like that. What the fuck are we doing here? Kind of a thing. But just I don't know, just seeing the different perspectives, and a lot of it like okay, like the biggest takeaways for me was okay, I know that I'm going to be with this man. And like, he cannot drink like a gentleman. And that is one of the biggest key phrases that came out of that, as well as why not me? And literally like, we went through a lot of infertility and a lot of stuff like that. And that literally stuck out as far as like, well, why not me? And I think that had I not gone through that, it wouldn't have given me a foundation to understand what Shawn was going through or how to respond to it, or because it was very like, we're going to hit the ground running when we got together.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
You flipping got a good one, buddy. You outkicked your, just like him. You outkicked your freaking coverage. That's all right, though. Good for you.
and you've seen a lot of clientele in there.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
see a lot
I
of
did.
clientele.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I just remember what you did.
Oh, they saw her walk in. Oh, shit.
I just booked your ass.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I think that was my demise at the time of working the program.
You ever thought of going back, maybe working the steps and cleaning some house, or
You know, like I said,
just? I mean, it wouldn't hurt my grandmother.
like I said, sobriety's not a destination; it's a journey.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not throwing anything out the window. Like I'm open to whatever's gonna help me continue or help somebody else continue. Like that was my whole reasoning for reaching out, to Larry for the podcast. Like, even though I may feel a certain way about my story and that it's not,
Oh, it's powerful, baby. It's my story.
It is.
It's so much of it's mine. I love it.
and I think for me to tell it, like, I kind of feel comfortable now, speaking about it, but like just the thought of speaking about it when I hadn't told it, like Mary didn't know the whole story. Like I never really sat there and, from A to Z, put it all together.
How'd it make you feel putting it all on paper like you did?
It was
How many teardrops hit the paper?
Yeah. Well, they would have had to hit the computer
Well,
screen.
but you get the keyboard.
Yeah. It was tough. I didn't hit writer's block, but there was a lot of things I didn't want to type out that I did. And I let Mary read over it. She's all, she was, not making fun of it, but because I was just typing, right? Like I wasn't writing a novel. I was just typing out everything that I thought and that I remembered.
It was written like a journal entry.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
But I'm so glad I did, because if I would have, taken my own advice and just came here and winged it, like there's a lot of things I wouldn't remember, a lot of feelings that wouldn't have came about if I didn't type it out.
It's funny, Shawn, you say that. I've told my story
It changes
a lot. And when I got invited to 3 years, right? I've never seen anybody with 3 years get invited to speak at Primary Purpose, right? And I got asked to come and tell my story at a birthday.
at your home group.
My home group. And I had told it a week prior. And there was a part of my story that I never said out loud, ever, even behind the walls with my wife, ever. And it just flowed out of me and when I was literally done, I can remember thinking, where the fuck did that even come from? I've never spoke about that.
It's a God
Anywhere.
thing. Someone in that room needed to hear,
Anywhere
hear that.
have I spoke about
And
that.
God will pull it out of you.
And it
you
was
know what I'm talking about.
factual. It wasn't shit I embellished. It was nothing. It was literally shit that just came out. And I can remember as I was saying it, what the fuck is going on right now? And just feeling that shit leave my body. It was just like another pound taken off of me. Right. And I truly believe as we go through life, we alcoholics that are walking the correct path as we go through this. And I mean, I've heard guys at 20 years and 30 years, just, there was a guy speak at our Oakdale fellowship that had 30 years of sobriety. And he talked about giving his son up for adoption. And as he was saying it, broke down crying. 30 years after it happened, he still broke down crying.
Well, where you spoke the week before,
Right.
I spoke the month before.
Right.
And about my mom and
Right.
her trip to Maynard.
Right. I forgot about that.
Never shared that.
Right.
And it just came out.
Yeah.
And as you will share, as you go,
Right.
because God's not done with you, you'll just stuff will come out because you didn't go. This was not exhaustive.
No.
You know, 30. So there's more stuff that'll come.
Yeah.
Different. In different wherever company you're in.
Yeah.
So
different parts of your story will need to come out.
Yeah.
There's some.
It's amazing.
There's some more here that I'm not going to let him leave until I get, because I've had a moment to speak with you. So, a couple questions I want to, because are you done? Do you got more of your story you're going to tell?
Yes.
Okay, keep going, because I got questions. I got questions.
So yeah, just doing things until they became normal, right? Without having a drink or
All the firsts.
Yeah.
First golf game, first bowling, first whatever.
Everything,
Yeah.
right? And you know, fast forward to me reaching back out to Mary in October of 15. So I was sober July, August, September.
4 or 5 months.
Yeah, 4 months. You know, I'd won some monster truck tickets on the radio. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to take her. Let's see if she wants to go to the monster trucks. Not knowing that was her jam.
You're going to find out.
Knowing that I'm an Okie.
And luckily her friend that she was working with at the time, like she wanted to dismiss me reaching back out to her, and her friend's like, oh, give him another chance.
Yeah, he ghosted you. He ghosted me.
So she did. And we went, and I remember it was awkward, right? Like, and especially like the age gap at the time. I was 38 and you were 24, I think. Yeah, and you know, my first monster truck show without a beer, right? And then I think we go out that night? We went to
The Twin.
Twin
Rivers.
Yeah, and I was like, what did I do here? You know,
Right.
It was one of my first bars going to after I got sober.
And you're only 4 months out.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me to hear it now, because at that time I was like, well, I'm going to the Twin. Are you going with me? Like, I need
I don't
to
give
get
a fuck
jacket.
if you're an alcoholic or not.
I'm sorry, that really sounds like your problem, but I'm going to
Well,
the
it
Twin.
is his
Like,
problem.
You're absolutely right.
You're
It is his problem.
1,000% correct.
It ain't yours. It's his.
Right. 1,000%. You want to be with me? I'm going to the bar.
Yeah, and I was testing him because I'm
Right.
I'm drinking Crown and Coke. So you come in,
Well,
like, are you
you
going to
would-
drive me? What's going on?
But not
I'm
long,
here to lifelong DD. So
but long before that, you prayed a prayer that got heard. So yeah, you need to test that.
Yeah. And then our second date.
How'd it be better?
Was it really? Was it?
I don't know.
That was our first date. Our second date was.
Second date was a Monster Trucks.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You took
Yeah, the
me to
first
whatever
date was the
Chicago
second
or-
worst date she ever
Yeah,
had.
yeah. So the first date is where Wildfire is now. I forget what it was.
It's like Chicago.
Uno's.
Chicago
Uno's. Yeah,
Uno's.
yeah,
Chicago
Uno's.
Chicago Grill. We had dinner there. All I remember is ordering chips and salsa. I was just stuffing my face, and she was just looking at me like, this guy's eating food like he's never fucking ate before.
Yeah.
That's because you didn't know what else to do.
I didn't.
Right.
I just want to stuff my face, and like got outside and like
Got a side hug.
high five.
I'm like,
I'll see you
what
later,
the-
right? Like,
I'm
I'm going home because I don't know how to do this. Like I
I need to go
usually
back.
go out to the bars after this. Like,
Right.
what do we do now?
Yeah, because he was like, text me when you get home. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
You're like, I'm
my
not
girlfriend's
going
already
home.
at the bar.
Right.
I'm in my mid-20s. Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that was,
And now we're here
Mhm.
we are here. Years later, right? Like
with another 2-year-old.
2-year-old daughter.
Hold on.
Well, you got questions.
Hold on.
You got
God
questions.
damn it. Well, we're going to get to that, but I need to hear the relationship progressing here a little bit
Yeah,
because
Oh, yeah.
I
Well, they
think
have
our
fertility.
listeners want to hear, because at this point, Mary, you should just fucking
Pretty much.
block his ass at
Yeah.
this point.
Like, if that was my daughter, I'd be like, what are you doing?
So
But-
tell me the switch in you.
So we had a couple more dates. Everything was going great. And then we had our first, whatever the first date was, like the first week of October. I was doing Peace Officer Memorial Run, so it was like the first weekend.
Yeah.
Couple dates, and by Thanksgiving, which is what, like the
November 20 something.
yeah, you could not tell me I was not going to marry him. And I am not
Really?
I am not impulsive. I plan out my life. I'm not having kids out of wedlock. I'm not doing wild ass shit. Like, and not that that's bad or good. It's just like I knew what I wanted for my life,
Good for you.
and you weren't going to tell me anything different. And by Thanksgiving, I was like, and that's what, 6 weeks. Like, there was just this conviction in me that like this is who I'm supposed to be with. Let's roll. You could have asked me to marry you. I would have married you. Not thought twice about it.
But do you have no idea where the switch was at?
No. Honestly, is what sticks in my head is like Thanksgiving morning. I was over there the night before, woke up, went and got coffee, went and washed my car, and I looked back at him, and he was walking into the house because I was like, I got to go help
We got the
Thanksgiving.
ads for Black Friday.
Yeah, we went and got all
Back
that.
when Black Friday was Black Friday.
Yeah. And
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. You're leaving his house.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we left the second date with a fucking high five, and now you're leaving his
By
house.
now it's
What the fuck happened here? This is
I had a kid.
Yeah, she couldn't stay away.
all right. So second. So I'm probably gonna cut this out, but
No.
I'm still fucking trying to figure this
Within
out.
6 weeks, it went from terrible to.
But the third date, was it the third date something switched?
I think so. My mom always told me this rule. She goes, give men 3 dates before you cut him.
But
So I was
think
like, I'm gonna
about
give you
this.
3
though.
dates.
Here's a man who is not drinking, which is awesome. He's got a conviction. He's not, he had a problem. He's working on it. He's not trying to jump your bones right after the first or second date. You're getting a high five or a hug. This is different. I mean, this is you.
Then
you have
probably
to
the
be-
men you've dated
right.
before.
You have to be intrigued. Like he was more mature getting because
Yeah.
30s, but still, he's not doing the things that would normally a man would do.
Right.
I'm intrigued. I would think.
And I had been dating like the alcoholic before.
Yeah.
And like I was in like a 4 or 5 year relationship before that. So I was very
I'm thinking the prayer is hitting home.
No, I'm
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
and like I don't know, something we were just like I was working swing shift at the time, so I was getting off. I mean, I would work 16s, 20s, whatever, and get off hella late in the morning, and we just were talking the whole time and going on dates and just hanging out and
friendship happening.
yeah.
Okay. I like I said, I couldn't go from the high five at Uno's to leaving his house. I'm like, wait.
Okay, so now that we got there,
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Now we're there.
Our first kiss was our third or fourth date.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think, you know.
What was your mom's rule?
She goes
3 dates.
3 dates before you cut a man.
Okay.
Fair
Thank you,
enough.
Mom.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
You need to thank her.
I'm sure he has. So you're leaving on Thanksgiving.
Leaving on
You
Thanksgiving.
look back and I'm going to marry this cat.
I literally looked out the door or out the window, and I was driving away, and I looked back, and I was like, "Okay, God, got it, got it.
Just
I'm
give
done."
me chills.
Like that was. It still gives me chills. Like you could not convince me that like I've never in my entire life known exactly what I was supposed to be doing at the same exact moment. Like that was my calling. That was it.
That was me walking Katie out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Know that feeling very well.
Hmm. And that's only happened twice in my entire life.
What's the first time?
Shawn?
The second time.
They told us that we could not have children after 5 years of IVF, or not IVF, 5 years of trying to have our daughter. And they're like, you can't do it naturally. Like, you're going to have to do IVF. So we're like, cool, let's refinance the house. Cause like I was meant to be a mother and I didn't care. We're walking on water. I don't give a shit. We need to do what we need to do because I'm having a baby. And not that we had talked about adoption, blah, blah, blah. because I had multiple miscarriages, multiple toccats, and I had 6 pregnancies. She was my 6th pregnancy.
Ouch.
In 2 years.
Yeah.
After we tried for 5 years, but refinanced the house, got everything situated, and they told me you can't do it. And in my brain, I was like, you don't know what the fuck I can do.
Right.
And we were like, okay. And it was just like I just felt the feeling of surrender. And I was like, and it was prayer. And I was doing all the wild shit to get pregnant. Like, went to a healing doctor.
Heck yeah.
We started chiropractor. Shawn's like, I cut out all the toxins out of our house. He's like, hey, can we stop cleaning with vinegar? And
Did
I'm
she
like,
make you
no,
wear
we're not
different underwear?
There was not one thing that the internet told me we were supposed to be doing that we were not doing.
Yeah.
I was reading all these
What
books.
do you think was the prayer of the? What was the kid? Come on, lay it on me.
It was we got baptized in 2020, and 2022. Yeah, sorry. And I had wanted, and I'd already had a couple pregnancies, couple miscarriages, couple ectopics. And I'd wanted to get baptized the fall before because we were starting to get into church and stuff like that and find our faith. And I was like, well, you let me know when you're ready because something in my heart says we have to do this together. Like, this is very important to me. I need this together. So he's like, okay, whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to push on you. Let me know when you're ready. Because, like, one thing about, like, Shawn does a lot of shit out of spite. Which I used to my
We've
advantage
learned
in our
that.
marriage, but I'm not going to push him to do something he's not ready to. So they did baptisms in January 22nd, 2022. I'm a Aquarius, so my birthday's 27th, and we just happened to go the weekend before because sometimes we'd watch it at home, whatever. Yeah. Well, they open them up, and they're like, if you feel a calling, come up. And I walked into church, and I saw this lady. And we go to Shelter Cove, so I mean it's a big church.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I had locked eyes with this lady walking in, and I was like, "That's really weird." Like, and I'm very I'm aware of my surroundings. Like, I'm a very hyper aware person. And I saw her. We locked eyes, and I was like, "That's so weird." We walked in, and they opened them up, and Shawn turned to me. He goes, "It's time. We need to go." And I said, "Okay." And we're fully clothed. Like, fully.
Yeah, I got a fresh Dixon on,
Yeah.
Brand new Vans. I'm like,
I got a closet full. Thanks to
oh,
Larry.
yeah, we don't want to
Brian.
go there.
Yeah.
I got him hooked on Dixon's.
A sponsor, my Brian, a good friend of mine, bought me some. Yeah. I wouldn't have it if he didn't buy them for me.
Yeah.
And we went in, we got baptized, and I literally looked at the lady who I didn't know she was sitting. I just took my phone, I handed it to me. I was like, I'm going to want this. I said, hey, can you take pictures and record? And she looked at me and she goes, the Holy Spirit told me to look at you. And I said, okay. She goes, I knew what I was supposed to be doing. I said, okay. So she took pictures, got baptized. And then so they said we couldn't have her. But that mixed with, I don't know. Like, it was just a feeling in my gut that I knew. And then we got pregnant naturally. Yeah. After surrendering the thought, after refinancing the house, doing all the paperwork.
Yeah.
I was
just.
And that was my hardest time with faith at that time. With Mary going through all the miscarriages.
Why?
Because of me.
Right.
Like,
blame.
Am I being punished?
Yeah.
No.
Am I not deserving of it? And so my faith was depleted a lot at that time. And then we gave ourselves over, And
God always blesses obedience. He does. Not because we deserve it, but he loves to give his children good gifts. And by God, Mary's going to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was, and she's a great one.
I bet.
Thank you.
That's a great story.
I'm just, yeah.
If I hear nothing else.
Is it time for my questions yet?
Yeah, ask your damn questions.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to take a break? Okay.
I go to the bathroom.
That's love. Love don't hide.
Right. Okay.
Mom, you'll get it. You'll get it.
So I've never taken this many breaks in the middle of the podcast. And it's fine. I mean, the interruptions that we've had, it's perfectly fine.
Well, you wanted her to say something on air.
No, we were talking off air and you said something. I love the compliment and I appreciate it.
She gave you a compliment?
She gave us.
Mary.
She
I'm a
gave
nice
us. She gave us.
Oh, okay.
A compliment.
Oh, let's hear that.
I was telling Larry that I'm very grateful that you guys do this because it's definitely, I've been listening over the last couple weeks because Shawn had to, my husband doesn't ask me for a lot, very rarely ever. Like he is a very good provider and more than just monetary, emotionally, physically, all of it, spiritually. And so when my husband asks me for something, like it's usually, I'm not going to tell you no. And he had to ask me for a week and a half to come on here. And I was like, oh, no, like, you're good. But so I started listening because I was like, okay, what the hell are we getting into here? You know, this is very vulnerable and we've never,
for sure.
I mean, I worked at the sheriff's department. We were at canine dinners and hiding stories and not promoting things or dumbing things down. So to sit here and be very vulnerable was a lot for me.
And I appreciate it. You know,
no, you're right.
You know what? This podcast goes to 18 different countries. We have had 18 different countries listen to our podcast. I caught it. Fuck you. I fixed it, you prick.
I'm gonna call you next week, Larry, and tell you I don't want to do that.
No, you bounce this one out, Shawn. I'm gonna be pissed. This is a good one. And 6,000 plus listens. So I mean, and I appreciate it. And as I've said, and we've said, it's the one soul, right? It's the one soul. And I don't know whose story or how it's going to go or what it's going to say. My change in life came from just somebody asking me, why are you turning those chairs around? It's something that simple changed my world. And, something that what you're saying is, your perspective changed by hearing something that was said on the podcast, right? I love stories. I love not just alcoholic stories or people. I love hearing people's stories because we all have them, right? Mm-hmm. Every human being has a story. My life ain't no different than anybody else's life, right? My story's no different than anybody else's life. We all grew up in the same. We all have shitty parents. We all have blah, 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 right? I mean, so I love stories. I can remember going to Celebrate Recovery before I got sober, and I still listen to those podcasts. What do they call them at Celebrate Recovery? They call them something else. But when people get up and tell their story, testimony. Thank you. When they get up and do their testimony, I can remember being attracted to that, and that was one of the things that made me like. Even in the side of my alcoholism made me want to try and get sober. Obviously it wasn't enough, but it was, anyways, I went down a rabbit trail.
But sorry.
No, go.
But that's kind of what we were talking about off air was just.
And you are close to his daughter.
Yeah.
In age.
Oh yeah.
Both.
I knew that marrying Shawn, sorry.
Well, Shanna, it depends on what he's wearing.
He's at the tiki. Just
if I'm at the gay bar, yeah.
I knew that marrying Shawn, I was marrying an addict, and I knew what that meant for the rest of my life, and I did not take that job lightly. And I know it's always going to live in our heads; it's always going to be there. But I knew, like, listening to this has really helped me to not bring it to light or that I'm concerned about it. But sometimes it's so normal, like,
right?
We don't think about it no more.
Right.
It's just It is what it is. But it's definitely helped to shift my perspective on certain things or why his brain works the way that it does or why whatever. Because I mean, Shawn and I are very big into mental health. Like we both go to therapy.
Yeah.
We both go to active therapy. We've been in therapy for years.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains a lot then.
We've done marriage therapy before, and like Shawn's perspective on therapy. You want to tell your perspective on?
Well, it's just like I know there's a perception of somebody that is sober and doesn't work the program, that they're not getting the spiritual side. And I'm getting,
Yeah, I was going to say you're not a white knuckler.
No.
He's not by far. No. I mean, you're rare. And I told you that on the phone. But guys like you are rare.
But it wouldn't.
Say it.
It still wouldn't hurt to clean. I mean, it would open up your eyes. I mean, you would once you did it. Not that you need it, I would say, but you would be grateful. Wow, I'm so grateful I did it, and especially now where you're at.
Yeah, and I'm sure if I opened up my big book again, there would be a lot of things in there that resonate with
But I think
how I am now and how I feel now.
A lot of it too is you have been this pillar of openness within like our community. And I give you a sobriety coin every year.
You do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Every
year.
Every year.
Good.
His 10 years, he came home
That's
in June
huge.
and
Oh,
the
yeah.
house decorated, and
It was
like
a
it's a
badass-
big deal.
it was-
We celebrate.
It was a badass one. I got it on at work, you know,
But how many of those rings have you given away? Are those coins?
5.
And how, like they come
Yeah.
and they seek you out, and you're such a support for them.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is in Alcoholics' brains. I don't know how you guys find each other, but there's just this
Like a gay
secret
bar.
telepathic.
It's like,
Yeah, it is God.
it's our
You're
gaydar.
right. You're right.
It's God.
It's gaydar. But like it's just you started working the program. Like
did.
Yeah. I met your sponsor.
Mhm.
I was friends with your sponsor.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no,
And
like,
it's just we fell into, well, not fell into, but like we did premarital counseling. You know what I mean? And then from that, doing the group counseling together, we kind of did our own counseling separately, right? And that kind of didn't fill the void of
Kinda,
working the program, but it kind of did, right?
It does. I mean,
Because I have
that's-
my own person that I could talk to.
It's
and-
accountability and
Mhm.
it's
Give my
openness and
feelings
it's,
too. So
What are your questions? I was kidding. Go ahead.
Fuck is your problem over
No,
there?
I was just looking over. He's wanting to say
Jesus,
something.
fuck.
Sean, he's wanting to say something.
No,
so-
I just, there's a few things, and you're through your story.
I have a little bit.
Go.
Oh.
I want Shawn to finish his story because we got distracted.
can I
Go ahead,
interrupt? real
No,
quick?
shut up.
What the fuck? I have things to say, sir. Like, I don't know if I said it earlier, but we've never sat down and had these conversations. We've had the conversations, I put the pieces together, and I love this man with my whole heart. But to sit down across from him from a table and hear this, and knowing that the not prerequisite, but the pre-conversations that we had to this is our oldest daughter, his oldest daughter, however you want to word it. She doesn't know his story. And this, the reconciliation that's happened over the last, since Easter is pretty much when all the reconciliation has been happening. And
Wow.
we met in June, and she included me, and I'm very gracious of that. And I love that kid. Like, but for her to hear it from this perspective and have, like, Shawn and I were talking, like, he was explaining to me, he's like, she has the opportunity to listen to this and press pause and ask questions rather than sit down and let me just dictate to you my entire life. And for her to hear it from this.
Great point.
Absolutely.
Like, what an honor. And what an honor it is to be married to a man like this that is able to sit down and clearly depict that. And I'm very grateful that you guys are giving him this opportunity and our family this opportunity.
Yeah, as soon as he reached out and told me, I was not, I mean,
Well, and to know that
So
someone's working a program or the program
right.
is when a man or woman owns their shit.
Yes.
Doesn't justify, doesn't
Right.
rationalize, doesn't minimize, owns their part
Right.
of everything, which he does.
Yeah.
He does.
That's a man that's a man of God, in my opinion. Well,
Right.
that's a man of God, period.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how a man handles business.
Yeah. I mean, you honestly went down, Mary, you opened up something that I was, wait, hold on.
Sorry.
I have mine written down so I don't forget. I want Shawn to finish. I want to make sure Shawn has every ounce of the platform he needs for that purpose right there.
Okay. So it is, I'll pick up right after our baptism in 22. And I remember me and Mary having a conversation about how I need to make a decision what's going to happen, how I'm going to approach contacting my daughter and reaching out and trying to have that relationship with my oldest daughter. And she pushes me to do it. Like, she's all, this is not right. Like, I'm technically her stepmother and I'm not comfortable with this. Like,
I'm not comfortable not
Right.
knowing
right.
her, not,
Thank you.
you know.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
and so it was around that time in 22 that I consistently started texting my daughter. whether she responded or not, consistently on her birthday, holidays, I would text her and wish her a happy holiday or happy birthday and tell her that I love her, and I didn't always get a response back. And I remember I'd text her about Mary being pregnant and my youngest daughter being born, and she had wrote back. She said, "When the time is right, I would love to meet her." And I didn't read too much in it at the time, but it was a premonition of what was to come, right? And I don't think I got a response back from my oldest since Thanksgiving of 23. And I'd reached out to her on Easter of this year, and she responded back. And I'm like, "Mary, what do I do? Like, how do I handle this?" She's all, "Respond back. Tell her what you want," right? Like, on her terms, like, in any capacity, like, this is what I'm looking for. Is this a possibility?
What was her response to you to cause that to cause that thought process?
Let me.
You want me to answer?
Well, obviously, while your finger twitching, there's been a lot of conversation.
Good. So there has not been one day that has passed since Easter that either I have texted her or she's texted me, which I couldn't imagine.
It's fine. You can paraphrase it.
Basically, she said, "I hope that you and your family are doing well. How is my youngest daughter doing?" Right? Like, okay, that's a olive branch, right? Like that's
a conversation.
Yes,
that's not a high. That's a conversation.
It is. And so from there, I took my wife's advice and told her what I wanted, and if she would be willing to accept any of that, if she would be willing to have a relationship, whatever it looked like,
right,
with me. And she basically said, I would like to start fresh, no expectations. I said, "That's fine. How would you like to communicate? Phone calls, FaceTime, text." She's all uncomfortable with text. I'm like, perfect. Like, this is what we'll do.
And you were okay with that?
I was, I was more than okay with that, to have a continual,
open dialogue.
Yes. And she had let me know, that she would be coming to California. They visit every year to visit family.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And would I like to get together? And
she proposed that.
She did. And of course, yes, I would. And then she had to reconfirm the closer it got. I'm like, my decision hasn't changed,
Right.
Yes, of course. And then I wanted to know if she just wanted me and her, or, the family. And obviously, in my selfishness, like, yes, I just want me and my daughter.
Oh, for sure. I can imagine.
And I want that, right?
Right.
But her boyfriend was with her, and she wanted to bring her boyfriend, and
probably comfortable for her.
Yes, safety blanket type of thing, and that's perfectly fine. I want to meet the person that you want to spend time with, right? And she wanted to meet Mary and my youngest daughter. So yeah, we set up the date to meet. We went out to dinner. We went out to Dust Bowl, and yeah,
I don't know why but okay.
And I don't know if it was subconsciously, but I think I told you, Larry, like, does my daughter drink?
Right. No, we talked about this.
Yeah. And does it's just passed down for me. Like, do you have, you know, potential for a problem, right? And we ordered drinks, and they both ordered sodas, I think. And I had brought it up. I'm like, do you like to drink? She said in high school, you know, like every high school kid or whatever. But
Right.
she said, really, not really. And that just like, thank God,
Right.
you know?
Because those are conversations that we've had.
Yeah.
Like, is this something she struggles
Yeah.
with? Is this something?
Yeah.
Did I give her the worst part of me?
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody told me it skips generation. I'm like, great. So my youngest is going to be an alcoholic. Right? No, but
I didn't skip generations in my family.
I don't think that's true, baby.
No,
bad
no, no.
bullshit.
Sorry.
Hits us right in the face. Some of us.
But you know, awkward. It was awkward, but I just came out and said, this is awkward, you know, and this is,
Good for you.
I've been waiting for this for so long. I explained to her how much guilt and shame.
Right there in the middle of the decibel.
Yeah.
God damn.
How much guilt and shame that I carry for what I did to her.
Good for you. Good for fucking you. God damn.
Yeah.
Good for you.
What came out of her mouth next, I did not expect. She's all, I was so young that one day you were there and one day you weren't.
Mm.
And you had to go fix yourself. And I don't blame you. And
I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, I'm paraphrasing. Yeah. Basically that she does not.
She didn't have any
And for
resentment to you.
me, right. And because if it was me and my parent did that to me,
Oh, yeah.
like
I've seen it
all kinds of resentment.
most times.
Right.
Yeah.
She told him, you wouldn't be where you are today, and we wouldn't be sitting here had you not done what you did.
Oh, yeah.
And what 21-year-old?
Right.
And she thanked Mary. She's all, I want to thank you because he told me he wouldn't be here without you.
Because I opened the table up. I said, hey, I know we're all uncomfy. Do you have anything you want to ask? Because the way we run our house is nothing but. So what do you want to know? This is not, you don't have to be embarrassed. Like, we will answer wholeheartedly and honestly, even if it hurts. How can we help you heal? And what can we do to support you? What do you need?
In the response? Or, sorry, I'm wanting detail. I'm sorry. I'm like, I would literally, I want to be on the table listening to this because this is incredible. So where are you at? I don't want to miss anything. I want to know where you're at now, but I don't want to miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
From that decibel to now, where are you guys at right now?
Still texting back and forth.
Conversations?
On a daily conversations. Her boyfriend has a 4-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And it's summertime, so they're getting her like every other week. So when my youngest was born, like I wanted so bad for her not to grow up and not want anything to do with me. And it's just my mind, right? I did that to my oldest, and there'd be no fucking reason for my youngest to not want to.
But we had some multiple conversations. I mean, we had 5 years to prep for a kid. So there was a lot of conversations happening about how we wanted to parent, how we wanted to style, how this is going to go down, hopefully. And one of the big conversations we had was, you will not parent my child out of the guilt and the lack of healing from what has taken place.
Amen.
My child will not pay that price.
Wow.
And
How did you accept that?
It's hard. I mean, I still work at it to this day.
Sure.
Like it's very hard because I don't want to be the bad person because I don't want to give her any reason not to.
You can overdo it though. I would think. I don't want to sound like I'm coming from a psychologist's brain, but I could imagine you may overcompensate.
Like your mother
I think
did.
I would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would. I think as me because I know how much guilt I carry in me,
And we're going to try to fix.
and I think
and overcompensate.
Katie sometimes gets frustrated because I'm over the top wanting to do whatever I fucking can for her. So I try to make up for all the shit I put her through in one day, right? I mean, I could imagine, and same with my daughters, right? I mean, I'll do for them what I've never done.
Remember, that's not love.
No, it's not.
Giving,
it's not.
I want my daughter to have, or I want my child to have this because I didn't provide for the first one, or
Right.
and that's not love. It may look like love, it may seem like love because we're to provide for, but make sure that it's given out of love because I love my, same with your wife. You can't make up for, and it's got to be. And love takes different forms, and it's not always in a gift. Sometimes it's not receiving the gift, of not giving, withholding at times. Yeah. But I think you'll be. I mean, you let God lead, you'll be fine. But that's a beautiful way you said it. We don't parent out of guilt like your mother did. Mm-hmm. You were deprived of a father, so I'm going to give you the pickup. I'm going to give you all this. That's not love. Yeah. That's just stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I think the pendulum swung so far for him when we had our daughter. And I'm a first time mom, but it swung so far over that it had to be corrected, and through conversations that we've had, and just like, hey,
God was preparing you with those 5 years. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
There was a reason that God waited 5 years to give us her.
How hard did you cry when you held her for the first time?
Oh, it was overwhelming. The amount of love and joy I felt holding her. Because I wasn't able to do that with my oldest.
Right.
I was in the middle of getting kicked out of the Army.
You weren't there when she was born.
You were mentally not even there.
But doesn't matter. I mean, with the alcohol and the drugs, we weren't. We were stuffing and burying, and
right.
Yeah.
The birth of my 2 first grandkids, it was, all right, can we go get a drink now? Right.
Yeah.
And then when I got to hold my Everly,
yeah.
Emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And just going through the experience with Mary, like the whole experience, and the whole time, and almost catching her when she came out. Like,
yeah. Well, they told me to stop pushing because they didn't have a doctor, and I literally said, "That doesn't sound like my problem. My husband will get my daughter. Move."
You're right.
And they're like, "You have to wait. You have to wait. You have to stop." And I'm like, "No, get the fuck away from me. I can do this myself. Move."
But I know anything's possible, with being with this woman right here who has pushed me, from 2015 till now, like, so many great things have come into my life and happened to my life because of her. And I know that she has nothing to do with my sobriety, but she has everything to do with my sobriety.
Yeah. Good way to say it.
We bought a house together before we were married. She had pushed me to go to the VA to get disability compensation.
We bought a house together because I said, we're not paying for a wedding. I'm coming home to pay somebody else's fucking rent.
True. But she pushed me to go to the VA for disability compensation that, I was 20 years out of the military.
Right.
There's no way they're going to give me. And sure enough, like,
I said, buddy, you got some
problems.
Things. We need to go get checked out.
And I had forgotten the stuff that was in my out processing packet. You know what I mean? Because if you're enlisted, they're just going to push you through unless you're,
get that DD-214 out and go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, it helps us out greatly, in monetary value for our family.
Yeah, but more than that, you just completed your bachelor's. You're taking a certificate course at UCLA right now.
Yeah.
You're projected to start your master's in the fall.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about yourself? What the fuck is wrong with you guys that do this? Who did we find out like 2 days after? Oh, it was Mike that had a daughter that didn't talk about it. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's because you need to bring the wives on.
No, Kim was here.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah, and from, a kid that had to go to night school to graduate high school and, didn't have no interest in college after high school. Because I had the opportunity, right, through my dad being 100% disabled veteran. They would have paid for my
for sure,
anywhere I wanted to go, right?
Except for Harvard.
Right.
I'm kidding.
I dicked around, right? I enrolled at Merced JC and went to one class. Fucking never went back. I enrolled, took some bullshit fucking classes at Modesto and fucking...
Yeah, but it wasn't God's timing.
Right.
And that was the baseline.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
All in God's timing. So a couple questions before we wrap up.
Yep.
Your graphic design, are you still doing that?
I do. I dabble. I still have my...
You sell it?
No.
Okay.
No, I can create, and I love creating. I just haven't had the opportunity for anybody other than myself.
You can make a graphic design for FFS Studios for ours.
I would love to.
I would love to hang something up in here. That would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know what FFS stands for?
No, I do not.
For fuck's sake, studio. You know why? Because every time I bought new mics or something, Katie, that was Katie's response. For fuck's sake, what now?
Need 1,000.
Yeah, that's I mean, you said that, so I was just curious about that. And what are you studying in school?
So I got my bachelor's in business marketing.
Okay.
I'm currently taking a project management certificate program.
Okay.
Through UCLA, and then most likely my master's is going to be in business marketing.
You want to market this podcast for me?
Sure.
Dude, like I said on the last one, if anybody wants to
have more influence in it than I would.
Anybody wants to run my social media, I'd be more than happy, because I'm going to tell you I'm horrible at it. I'm horrible at it, and I've had a few people try to do it, but because I'm not, anyways, I don't want to go down that road. It takes somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
it does to do that side of it.
Yeah. And
Shawn,
I mean the sobriety side of things, like I remember when I first got sober, there was O'Doul's, right? Now you have 805, you got Sierra Nevada. Like everybody's jumping on board, and we've even talking about opening up a sober bar, right? Like cigar bar, sober bar. Like it's the stigma around being sober,
right?
It's like it's cool now,
Yeah,
right. There's a lot. It is very right.
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny is, and I want to be careful how I say this, because I know people are using their sobriety because it is cool, not because they're sick, right?
Yeah.
And that frustrates me when I see it, because I know it, right? Yeah. They're using their sobriety because it's the cool thing to do, and there's a lot people pushing their marketing because of it. You know what? I follow a lot of sober pages, for studying of the podcast. And there's so much monetary stuff happening because of sobriety, and it fucking pisses me off when I see it. Yeah. I had somebody trying to reach out to wanted to be on the show, right? And come to find out, he was pushing a marketing side that he wanted just to do some marketing. He would call and do some, and I was fucking livid. And I was like, how many more of these motherfuckers are out there using what we worked so fucking hard to get, and many people work so hard to get, and trying to monetize on it.
All right.
You fucking prick.
Yeah.
I was pissed. So I'm very, very, there's a lot of people that make money doing this, but are recovering addicts, are solidly into it, and they should be making money doing what they do because they're smart.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. We have a lady coming up from LA who owns 2 recovery centers and a recovery center for horses.
Oh, wow.
She works her ass off. Following her is a blast. And she finally reached back. I've been texting her since like August of last year. She finally decided to come. She finally answered me. So my point is it's just, anyways, I went down a fucking rabbit hole because it pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah. No, understandably, and I feel like I feel like I would have the right to do something like that.
Absolutely.
And it excites me to do something like, but then again, in another 10 years, is that going to be popular? Or is it going to,
right? Is it a fad?
Yeah,
okay.
Right. One day at a time.
But cigar bars.
Yeah. Problem is for us alcoholics, this ain't no fucking fad.
No.
Right. For the real alcoholics, it ain't a fad.
Yeah.
Shawn, anything you want to leave us with?
I'll just say, one day at a time, and recovery is not a destination; it's a journey. Yeah. And I'm happy to have met, you and Rob, and
I think our brother Brad says this, right? I don't care how you get sober, as long as you stay sober, right? Yeah. And I mean, I said this a little bit ago. He is an anomaly for somebody that can be 10 years sober and not white knuckled.
Well, Let's be honest. Who's keeping him sober?
God.
Well,
No.
geez. Oh, all right. Same higher power we got.
Well,
But-
for me, it's God.
Maybe he was a certain type of hard drinker. It doesn't. But I think he's definitely one of us. But
Oh, for
he's
sure.
doing it the same way we are.
Right. Oh, he
He's
is.
going to counseling.
Yeah.
Getting baptized.
But you know what he needs to do? He needs to come join us on Monday nights.
Hell yeah, and I'll take him to the steps, and he'll get a second eye opener. He'll get a
I knew that shit was coming. I
He'll get
told you, Shawn.
He'll get a second eye opener, and he'll be even more. I mean, you talk about in the deep
Shawn.
end.
You did.
I told you he's gonna fucking hit you with that.
There's so much more freedom that you can get.
There is, and you know the thing is, 10 years sober, all that.
He's
shit-
awesome. It's
amazing. I love
This
it.
is one of my favorite ones. This is
I
good.
love it. No,
Thank you.
And Mary, thank you for coming because that.
no, thank you for asking that, right? And
Yeah.
thank you for thinking of that because she is a huge part of your story.
Cheers.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there because especially if your daughter is listening,
If you're
there's a seat there for you and there's a seat right there for her. That would absolutely be amazing.
and God can do all things,
Right,
as you know.
right.
Yes.
I mean, it would be absolutely amazing. It was the most difficult thing I ever had to do was sit across from my daughters and listen to them
I could imagine.
pour their hearts out.
Yep.
But and my wife, but the amount of healing that happened for my daughters
It is happening.
and it's still happening.
Yeah.
And the thought of them coming onto the show, the weeks coming leading up to it was healing because of the conversations that happened. The month before Katie came on, not even the months, the whole year prior, because Katie, we'd been talking about it for the whole year prior. The conversations that happened were healing and open. It's just incredible. And I would literally fly from wherever I'm at. If she's here and says, hey, we want to record tomorrow, I know that man sitting across from me would do it. So without a doubt, to have something like that, my seats, my house, my seats are open for you. Our seats, just absolutely. Larry, she's here. Let's go. I'm there. We'll heat these mics up in a heartbeat.
I appreciate that.
Because it's a healing process, man. It's a healing process. And, you know, to do it in this forum, right? I think, Mary, you said that a minute ago. It's just relaxed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just relaxed.
You should forget about these or even there.
Yeah, it's just a relaxed setting. And anyways, I'm going down that rabbit hole. I want to make sure you know that's 1,000% available for you, open. Yeah. Okay. Rob's on a heart out. We got to go. Thank you two very much.
Thank you.
Mary.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
All right. Thank you. See ya.
I need your help.
Oh, God
I can't
bless
tell
him.
you what it is. You can never.
Now let him hear that.
He's watched the town.
I feel
I
like
know.
Thank you for joining us today.
We hope you learned something today that will help you.
If you did not, come back next week and we'll try again.
If you like what we heard, give us a 5-star review. If you don't like what you heard, kiss my... You can't say that, can you? Anyway, if you don't like what you heard, go ahead and tell us that too. We'll see what we can improve. We probably won't change nothing, but do it anyway.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Come back next week and hopefully something will be different and something will sink in. Take
This has
care.
been Recovery Unfiltered.